And good evening. Wow, a lot of stuff's gone on in the last couple of days. I've been screwing around with the computer, so hopefully the audio's good. It seemed to be good when I was checking it. I got a new mic. I'm waiting on the mount for it to start using it, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Tonight I'm going to do a little edumacation for everyone. Not everyone is familiar with the infamous DD-214s. I know I've shown Kaisers, and I've got a friend of mine that's a VSO, and he tries to help veterans that are trying to get their VA claims in. And of course, they have to submit documentations, and they submit DD-214s. So he didn't send me the whole DD-214, but he just asked me to look at it and ask my opinion on it. And it's quite comical. And I'm going to show you that one, and then I'm going to show you another one that I received from somebody who was in I believe the Guard that deployed, a typical deployment DD-214. And then, of course, I'll show you Kaisers just to show that those two are pretty standardized. But this one's, you can tell something's not right if you've looked at a few different DD-214s or you've received one. You know what they're supposed to look like and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I figured it'd be a little educational. I will have a couple of guests on. The infamous Waldo will be coming up. Wally and Shiz. We could talk about what's going on with them and their nonprofit and that stuff. We'll talk a little bit about the Pity Party video that came out yesterday. Oh, geez. And somebody was like, "Don't you have any sympathy?" And I was like, "Yeah, sympathy. Let's see. Sympathy's in the dictionary right between shit and syphilis." So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And then I guess maybe we'll do a little stream sniping, and maybe we can get some chat interactions, and they can go over and drop some snipe bombs in his chat, and we'll see how long they last. Last night was, was it last night or was it the night before? I don't know. The Veterans Day, Saturday evening when I did the chat, we snuck in a couple of good ones. So you guys are awesome, completely awesome. So let's get into the educational portion first. And I'm going to show you what my buddy sent me. He's a VSO. And we're mainly kind of looking at blocks 11, 12, 13, and 14. So let me bring that up. So here it is. This is what he sent me. And to someone who doesn't know, they would think, wow, this guy's pretty badass. So even at like Block 8A, it says 5th Special Forces Group / Special Forces Command. And he station where separated, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. All right. Well, I don't think they have active duty special forces at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. But especially 5th Group. 5th Group's based out of Bragg, or whatever the frig they're calling it nowadays. I refuse to. But Block 11, primary specialty, it lists number, title, and years and months in a specialty. So this would be like a primary MOS, secondary MOS, or if you've got multiple MOSs. One of these days, I'll go ahead and dig mine out and scan it and crop it and show you. I've had multiple different military occupational skills. And I'm going to add Wally in here real quick. Hey, Wally, we're just we're talking about a friend of mine who's a VSO sent me this to look at, and he wanted my opinion on it. He had already formed his opinion, but this is kind of what we're going over. And for the layman that's never been in the military, doesn't have a whole lot of experience looking at DD-214s, this thing would look pretty impressive.
Yep.
So we're going to look at block number 11. All right.
Okay.
Primary specialties.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 18 Bravo 40. I believe that's a weapon sergeant.
Yeah. Yeah. That is
40 is an E7 level, 10 years, 2 months. But then he's got a 79 Romeo 20, which is an E5, which you have to be an E5 to be a recruiter, for 2 years and 7 months. But what doesn't make any sense is, unless he went in on an 18 X-ray contract, there's no freaking way that makes sense, because you can't enlist for 79 Romeo. That's a recruiter MOS. You have to be an E5 to get that MOS. You usually only keep it for the time that you're in the mission, and then you go back to your old MOS. So that didn't make any sense to me when I first saw it. As a matter of fact, I even had to look up the 79 Romeo. Is
recruiting a B build, or is it actually an MOS? Right.
It's an MOS. The 79 Romeo is an MOS, and it's awarded to them upon completion of the recruiting school. But usually once they complete their mission, then they go back to their previous MOS. They go back out into the Army.
Yeah, I know.
I have to do a little bit of research on that.
I know that sometimes like staff NCOs in the Green Berets will go into, like, when they're getting out, like their time before they get out, they go into like a recruitment command or like, stuff like that. And it seems odd to throw a Green Beret into a recruiting slot.
Yeah.
Unless if you were on an ODA, absolutely not, right? Because then the ODA loses a team member, right?
Yeah, they're not going to take a team guy and put him in a recruiting slot for 2 years and 7 months. That's just being stagnant for 2 years and come back and be.
Perhaps I do know they do have like special operations prior service recruiters, right? Or NCOs.
Yep.
Do you think it could be something like that? Where he went through the school and all, but it's a B billet. So he's like,
Well, I think the whole thing's bullshit.
Oh, okay. All right.
The entire DD-214 is bullshit. It's something that they downloaded off the internet and filled it in.
I can figure this out real quick. If you want to, on the private chat, just throw me a name. I'll take a look real quick.
Oh, he never gave me the name.
Okay, this is all we can see?
Yeah, this was submitted to him in order to try and garner VA benefits.
Oh.
And he couldn't share any of the pertinent information, but he did share this much with me.
So SGLI number 10 right off the bat. SGLI is 400,000, not 200.
Yep. Yeah.
It's instead of Army, it says Amory. 913 paragraph or line 1. So that's
don't get ahead of us.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of me. There's so many inconsistencies in this and just screwed up shit. So we're going to look. The date entered active duty this period, 1989, July 2nd. And he separated in June 22nd of 2002. All right. So that's 12 years. They're almost 12 years, 10 months, and 10 days. So that's the net active service for that period. Total prior active, nothing. Total prior inactive service, nothing. Foreign service, nothing. Now, when you go to the awards, you're going to be like, how in the fuck does he not have any foreign service? Sea service, of course, he's not in the Navy. And his effective date of pay grade was 96. 7 years to go to 7. Well, it could happen if you were an 18 X-ray enlistment and went straight SF the whole time. Very few people that ever happens to. They may enlist for an 18 X-ray, but they never make it through the training, and they end up being a whatever for the needs of the Army at that point.
18 X-ray program didn't start till 2001.
True.
So,
That's something I didn't know. And once you said it, Steve had mentioned it. Steve Anson from over at Guardians of the Green Beret had mentioned that. So let's get on to block 13 and look at the decorations, medals, badges, citations, campaign ribbons. So we're going to start right off, and we're just going to throw it out there. The Silver Star Medal. And then he's got the Bronze, and you don't put Army, it just says Bronze Star Medal. It doesn't say AMRY as this one does, AMRY. You will never see anything misspelled in this, because when you sit down with that person and you're going over your DD-214, once you look at it, their supervisor looks at it to make sure there's no typographical errors and everything's spelled correctly and everything is in the correct format. So that right there, that's the first screw up. Purple Heart Medal, Army Commendation Medal, second award, Joint Service Achievement Medal, Army Achievement Medal, sixth award. Man, this guy really did some slobbing. Prisoner of War.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No.
Yeah.
No.
Army Good Conduct Medal. He just got one, but he did 12 years. Of course, I there were a couple of times I didn't even get one at that 3-year point because I just never had anybody put me in for it. National Defense Service Medal, Antarctica Service Medal. Really?
Huh.
Armed Forces Expeditionary, but it should say Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. Afghanistan, it's Afghanistan Campaign Medal, but there should be most likely a star on it. Iraq Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism, Expeditionary Medal, Army Service Ribbon. Or now, see, he's got an Army Overseas Ribbon with no numerals on it, but he's got 0 foreign service time.
We've kind of covered this before. Like, it's you get the campaign medal or the GWAT expeditionary, right, or something like that, right? So you can't. You can be awarded both. Wear
them.
You can't wear both, right?
Yeah, they will give you both, but you can only wear one or the other.
There is apparently a loophole in that. So if you were, let's say you were in the Marine Corps and then you joined the Army, right? So you're Marine, you could choose one for basically your Marine Corps rack, and then you can take the other one for your Army one. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. So.
Yeah, I would think.
And the Antarctica Service Medal is legit. That's actually a real medal. That sounded bullshit to me, but that's a real medal.
No, you would think
you would think it'd only be Navy, though, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't think an SF guy would be going down to Antarctica.
They don't do their cold weather there. They do it in like Maine or Vermont or something like that, right? The Marines do it in California.
Yeah, actually, I think they go to New York. They go to Fort Drum.
Is it Ithaca? Ithaca, New York? Is that right?
I don't know. Something in Ithaca? I don't know what the town is there. So where was I? Expeditionary, Army Service Ribbon, Army Overseas, Special Operations Ribbon. Never heard of it. Maybe Wally, you can find something on it, but I've never seen a Special Operations Ribbon.
I'm looking it up right now. Well, I'm looking up the Prisoner of War medals because I don't think the only two I can think of are Jessica Lynch, which is legitimate, and then who's that shitbag? Bo Bergdahl.
Yeah, Bergdahl. The Special Operations Ribbon I've never heard of.
NATO, Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan.
Saudi Arabian Liberation of Kuwait medal.
But no overseas time. Yep.
Kuwait Liberation. I've got that. There's too much. There's too much there. That's not how they write it up on a 214.
And it's also misspelled.
It's K-weight.
Let's see.
The spelling errors are just blatant.
I mean,
A NATO Bosnia medal. I know there's a NATO medal. I didn't know they have one specific for Bosnia and specific for Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan. The NATO, Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan medal. Never heard of such a thing.
what do you call it? NATO? Where is that again? NATO, Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan. Okay. Or what I think he's trying to say is like NATO, Sudan. Let's see. Oops. I think he's trying to say basically NATO, comma, Iraq, comma, Bosnia, comma, you know?
Yeah, but he's got right before that. He's got the Bosnia, the NATO Bosnia medal.
Nope. It doesn't for that itself. There's not a wait. Okay, non-Article 5 NATO. But here's something. Hold on. Yeah, there is a medal. It's called ISAF non-Article 5 NATO Iraq / Afghanistan / Sudan medal.
Really?
Yeah. But it's odd.
Do you think?
It's available on the Marine Shop too, so it's some type of legitimate medal. But other than
Army NCO professional ribbon, it's professional development ribbon.
I'll put this in
Third award would be appropriate if he had been through ANOC or Advanced Warrior Leader or whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. Let's see. So then we go into Afghanistan campaign ribbon, but it's a medal, isn't it?
I'm looking that up too. It's called Special Operations Service ribbon.
There is one.
There is one. Yeah. Yep.
Weird.
For basically all the branches. Yep.
So there are now he's got a bunch of ribbons here: Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait.
Oh, you were talking about the campaign ribbon, or is it a badge?
He's got the ribbons listed, but those are medals. They're not ribbons.
For which one? I'll look it up.
Well, all right. If you look, he's got. It should be the Kuwait Liberation Medal.
Okay.
He's got Saudi Arabian Liberation of Kuwait Medal, which is not correct, but it should be the Kuwait Liberation Medal. But then he's got a ribbon listed for the same thing, and you don't list that. They don't list ribbons like that. The ribbons come with the medal.
Yeah,
the ribbons go on your rack, and you get a medal. So you either wear the medals or you wear the ribbons, but you don't get awarded the ribbons and the medal.
Yeah, it's the same award.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same award.
Combat service ribbon. That's not Army.
Combat service ribbon. A car. Oh, no, that's a car for us. Let's see.
Yeah, because the Marines got a combat action ribbon.
Action ribbon, yeah. I'll do Army.
Combat service ribbon I've never heard of.
And that's not what they call it anyway. Isn't it for the Army, isn't it an extra thing? Like it's like I forgot what they're called now.
A badge?
It's like a badge, right? Combat action badge.
Yeah, but you've got the combat action badge, and you've got your combat infantry badge, you've got your combat medic badge.
Sure.
So then he's got an honorable service ribbon.
That doesn't look right.
No, it didn't to me either.
It's not on the list of the awards and decorations of the U.S. Armed Forces.
He's got a gold recruiting badge. I think those come in different, either silver or gold. A drill sergeant badge. Yes, there is such a thing. He's got the Army Ranger tab.
Yeah.
Army Special Forces tab. Combat Infantry badge, second award. So this guy would have had to have been in Vietnam.
CIB 2 award. Or is there one for Iraq, one for Afghanistan, or no? Because that's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
It's by campaign, like large campaign.
It's by even like the guys that were in the first Gulf War. And it's by dates. So in order to get the second award, he basically would have had to have been in Vietnam, but he's got no prior service. So, yeah, I mean, I got through this and I was ready to bang my head on the thing. Halo basic badge. They don't call it a Halo basic badge, air assault badge, but he doesn't have, I don't see basic airborne or airborne.
Air. Well, he's got air assault, he says. So
he's got air assault, and then it's got Halo basic badge, which is military free fall.
Right.
But no basic airborne badge. Now he's got a senior EOD badge too.
Huh.
And a Pathfinder badge. Holy shit.
I mean, if it weren't for that prisoner of war, like, I know dudes have done all this stuff, but they spent 25, 26, 27 years in the military, you know? It wasn't like they were in for 10 years. You know,
the only
12.
way you're going to get a senior EOD badge is if you were in EOD for like 10 years.
Sure.
So that's out the window. Pathfinder, I've never seen an SF guy go to Pathfinder school.
It is not called a Halo basic badge or
No,
Halo anything. It's called the military free fall parachutist badge.
Exactly. And like I said, the second award of the CIB threw me right out the window too. So right there, just in the awards with the misspellings, awarding himself the ribbons and the medals at the same time, which is not a thing. And we'll get into something else too about the size of the blocks, because I've got two other DD-214s to look at. So see how he's got so many lines on block 13. He's got a shitload of stuff there. Let me just show you a different one.
Yeah.
See how big block 13 is? It's not that big.
Well, I wonder
that big.
I wonder if, obviously, if you wrote it on a program like Word or something like that, it would extend the row down as he went.
Yeah. This is an internet form that he got somewhere and filled it out himself.
Yeah, of course.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So then we go down to military education. He doesn't have the wings, but he went to the the parachute basic course 2 weeks in 1986. Huh?
But it says he didn't join till 89.
Exactly. He joined in 89.
That's funny.
So now he's got basic parachute course 2 weeks, which it's 3, 86. Air assault course is 10 days, not 3 weeks, in 86, again, before he joined the military. He went to the Pathfinder course, I don't know how long that is, in 87 before he joined the Army. He went to sniper course, 12 weeks in 87 before he joined the Army. And then he went to his PLDC, Primary Leadership Development course, for 4 weeks in 89, the year he joined the Army, but he didn't join the Army until, what was it, July? Yeah, he didn't join until July. So he would have had to have done basic AIT right there 6 months, but yet he went to PLDC in 89. Oh, he also went to Ranger School in 89 for 12 weeks. Math is not their best skill.
No, it never is.
It never is. The math just never adds up. And then
so
we've got the
Nothing Follows, which is on 13 and 14. Nothing Follows.
Yeah,
at
nothing
the very
follows.
end. So all the ones that I'm looking at, they say see remarks.
Yeah,
continued. I don't know
block,
if. Yeah.
Continued and block whatever see remarks exactly.
Now,
Basic
I don't know.
non-commissioned
Is it something that they put in there? Is that actually legitimate on some? Nothing Follows.
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yep. The nothing follows is legit. And the double slashes is legit. So, I mean, he did enough research to kind of get it, but he didn't. Especially with all these courses that he did before he really even would have been out of AIT. Basic non-commissioned officer school, 12 weeks with no date. Special Forces Select course, 4 weeks in 93.
And then
then the Q course is 52 weeks in 93. The only Q course that's 52 weeks is the medic course.
Yeah, 18 Delta. Yeah, but it's not even 52. It's more like, it's like 18. It's like a year and a half. I don't know about back then, but that's a long track.
Yeah, that's the longest track in SF. I believe Weapon Sergeant is the easiest one.
Yeah, Bravos.
And Camo's pretty tough too, but you either got it or you don't. Those guys are you got to really geek out on that shit. AS Army Recruiting School. I don't know what AS means. 8 weeks, no date. Drill Sergeant School, 8 weeks in 95. Man. So he went from the Q course, and then within 2 years, he became a drill sergeant.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Because you would go to cadre. You would go to the training cadre. They have their own pipeline.
Yes.
Right. They don't bring in normal Army folks to the Q course or Robin Sage or anything.
Yeah, they don't. They don't use drill sergeants for that shit.
And they'll bring in outsiders for the schoolhouse for language and tech and computers and intelligence, right? But not for the initial shit,
And then like, he went to ANOC for 8 weeks.
Well, wouldn't you go to ANOC?
I don't know how he's.
Isn't ANOC a requirement to be a drill instructor? Don't you have all those box checks?
No, ANOC is for promotion to E8.
Okay, so within how many years at this point would he be in? Is he trying to say he was at E8? So.
Oh, he said he was. I'm guessing he was an E7 because the 18 Bravo was a 40 level, which would be E7. But now here's the big kick. See block 17 right here? That's the printed form.
Yeah.
And it has a misspelling in it.
Yeah. No.
So this is definitely some bullshit off the internet that he filled out and tried to pass this off to a veteran service officer to get something from it. Now look at the font as well. The font on all of the typing on this is not correct either. So let's go back to this other one. Now this is somebody that actually did a deployment. Oh, and the other point before I even jump off of this one. These blocks, this block and this block are supposed to be shaded over. So those would be shaded blocks. So let's go to a real one. This person was a 71 Lima, an E4. They did 1 year and 2 months on active duty. It was for a deployment. And they separated at Fort Drum. So they got out at Fort Drum when they came back. So they came in 2003, 02, 07. Separation 2004, 03, 29 for a year. 1 month, 22 days, 23 days. And then we've got prior inactive service or prior active service, they had 4 months, 5 days. Foreign service, they did 10 months, 26 days. So, I mean, this all looks legit, but look at the difference in the font.
Mm-hmm.
They use a very specific font on, Army wide. This is the font they use. And that font that was on the bullshit one did not match up. And you can see that, you can almost see the highlighting in the top right up here where my little cursor's jumping around.
Yep.
And then, of course, down here in this block is shaded so it can't be manipulated. But so they got an Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with an M device for a deployment for being mobilized, Army Service Ribbon, and an Air Force Training Ribbon. Nothing follows. They didn't have any PLDC or any other additional military schools other than their AIT. And usually there would be something else. But like 13, this is the standard size of the block. It's only like 4 lines. That's it. That other one was just way overpopulated. And then it just talks a little bit about the deployment and service in Kuwait / Iraq, imminent danger pay area. If they don't have that imminent danger pay area in the remarks, that's kind of a giveaway. If they say they've been somewhere, but it doesn't list the imminent danger pay, that's basically your combat pay. And of course, then we've got everybody's fucking hero, Mr. Kaiser, with none, nothing, with 1 month and 5 days. This was in 98. But you can see the font matches the font of the one I just showed you. And both of these don't match the first one I showed you. But that's just, I just wanted to do this little educational thing because, we always talk about DD-214s and, how people can show or prove their service by showing a DD-214. But you can get DD-214s out there on the internet. And that was an example of one that somebody tried to pass off just to get get that paycheck for life from the VA. Somebody looking to cash in on some benefits that they obviously didn't earn. And I think my buddy Ben threw him out of the office. He said, here's your papers. Get the fuck out of my office before I beat your ass. So
I'm still stuck on prisoner of war medal. I'm trying to see how many there was issued during GWAT.
There should be a statistic on that.
There
POW
should be.
Network, POW Network should have a listing.
Well, there's a Home of Heroes, which has everybody who's been awarded it. So, yeah. You can only be awarded one. Hero stories. Let's do Global War on Terror. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. That's good. No, those are all Medal of Honor recipients. No.
Yeah, you can verify Silver Star, Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. Yeah.
Those are easy to verify through online databases that are open to the public. Mary Shantag, before her husband passed away, they did a lot of work on that with the POW network. Great people. And Mary's, she's fantastic. She helped me get started way back when and gave me the overlay for the SF-180s. Yeah, Shipley had an ad for DD-214s to buzz people. He did. And, you know, I don't think it was so much of an ad that he was talking about DD-214s on his website. And these morons started, hey, I need to get a copy of my DD-214. Can you take care of me? And, of course, Don being Don, yeah, not a problem. What are we looking to put on here? And he's done quite a few videos on it. And it's hilarious when he busts them out at the end.
So there's only been 20 the entire war. Jessica Lynch is alive. Ahmed Altay dead. Keith Mayupin, U.S. Army. He was executed in Baghdad. Patrick Miller. It doesn't say whether he's alive, but almost all the people who from this war who got it were captured during an operation and killed pretty much immediately. So, and with the Army, let's see, 1, 2, 3, almost all Army, and half of those are pilots. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Most of the other ones, it's, you know, fell under attack at a roadside checkpoint type things, but literally there's only 20 the whole war. So.
Shiz, anytime you want to come up, she's sending me a text. I was like, yeah, we're done with the 214. Come on up.
And you know, Bo Bergdahl isn't on this list, so that's good.
No, yeah, I don't think he get the POW medal.
Yeah, he should.
He was just he was a shipbag deserter.
Yeah,
that got good men killed.
At some point, we'll talk about that.
He should have been shot.
Should have been shot. Yeah.
Desertion in a war zone. And I'm still not feeling the greatest. I NyQuil'd out last night, but feeling a little bit better today. So, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit, and here she is finally. Now that I'm talking shit about her.
Well, that's fine. I didn't want to intrude.
You could have came on.
I don't know anything about the military stuff. I just
well, you could have given us a layman's view, because if you had seen that first DD-214, you would have thought, "Wow, this guy, you know, special."
Oh yeah, I would have been like hero,
Silver Star, and all this. And then me and Wally sit here and look at it, and the bullshit flags are fucking waving the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
I mean, in fairness, when I first became friends with Kaiser, I thought he was a veteran. I was bamboozled. So
I got something for you, Craig. And shoes. I'm gonna tie it real quick.
Oh god, he's on his knick-knack shelf. He's getting a knick-knack.
I have my very own bullshit flag.
Oh, awesome.
Stolen from Djibouti, Africa. How is this thing tied on?
How is Djibouti doing? I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Is Djibouti actually a person too? Come on. What is the hell is going on here?
I heard Djibouti. She was one of the camp followers.
Oh, no.
It's not Djibouti. It's Djibouti.
Not in Djibouti. Okay, there we go. There we go. The BS flag.
Nice.
Is he holding a penis? Oh, it's toilet paper.
No, it's toilet paper.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot who drew this, but I left after all the Marines did. It was just the Navy when the Navy took over, and so they had no use for the bullshit flag. So
I'm gonna have to dig through some of my stuff. I had a bullshit meter patch for my ACUs, and I had it underneath the flap of the pocket. And when somebody was talking shit, I just lift it up. There you go. Yeah, it was a pegged out bullshit meter.
Marine Corps doesn't do the patch thing, you know. It's just they just don't.
Wrangler just does tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
He just goes straight to tattoo. You know, it shows his commitment. You know what I mean?
I gotta unplug this freaking camera again. It overheats.
Oh, weird.
My new one will be here Thursday. It's made specifically for a Mac. It's a 4K, and it was paid good money for it, but it should be here Thursday. So I don't have to deal with all the problems with people not updating their drivers for Macs. So you guys did the live last night, and I apologize. I would have come up, but I was snot hanging.
No, it's whatever. We didn't even want you there anyway. It's fine.
I know you didn't. But I wanted
so I started alluding to an incident that I had found out about, and his response, of course, was to lie and twist the situation to manipulate his followers.
Yep.
Oh no, he died. Did you get Kaisered? Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to just touch on the pity party thing, because you had mentioned something that evidently there was something that happened in April of 2009. Is that correct?
Yes.
That you know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I've seen documentation on it. Yeah. The scan
sent him a
complete,
message,
so.
and then that evening out comes his pity party video.
Yeah, I just messaged him. I wanted some advice on earplugs. I had heard he had experience in that area. So I wanted some advice on it. You know, the kids get rowdy sometimes. I could use a good earplug. I wanted to make sure it was flushable. And he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. He didn't like the idea of his followers finding out the truth of the matter.
Did you want the ones that were pre-floated, or did you want to float your own?
I wanted the kind that wouldn't be easily found by responding police officers floating in the toilet, you know?
But his whole video was really cringe.
My question is, who commits suicide with fucking earplugs in? Why do you care about your hearing if you're checking out?
Yeah. Yep. But you know, and I've mentioned this before, we had a guy by the name of Bruce Penley. Now, Bruce was a special forces impersonator. He was an aide de camp in the VFW and was doing all this shit. And somebody had questioned his military. And lo and behold, it was all bullshit. And when it all hit, they were hammering him pretty hard about coming clean with it, and he never would. And he actually staged he shot himself in his vehicle and said that it was some guys that were stolen valor hunters that had shot him. He took the gun, put it in a plastic bag, threw it out the window of his truck, drove 100 yards up the road, and then called 911.
Very smart.
Needless to say, he's a convicted felon.
Well, I mean, my new nickname for Mr. Kaiser is Kiser Smollett. I heard that he was getting a Subway sandwich and he was accosted. And he had to shoot himself in the leg, you know?
But he keeps saying, even on his video, he's trying to explain the shoulder. But he didn't shoot himself in the shoulder. He shot himself in the leg.
That's what all the reports are saying.
Tats brought up a really good point. Because Tat was a medic, and he says, he showed those scars on his shoulder or whatever.
Those are orthoscope scars, yeah.
Exactly. I've got them on my left side, and then I've got the big dig on the right side.
Fal in my Discord was showing his from his orthoscopic procedure, and they're the exact same.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're just one stitch in each, and they're done. A gunshot wound is pretty nasty and pretty violent.
Well, it's worth note that, this self-inflicted gunshot wound seems to coincide with the timing on his Facebook of the follow-up x-rays from his surgery, which would have been 2 weeks after the incident. And in May of 2009, he has a picture of all the pins and the plate in his leg, which leads me to believe that injury was caused by the April 2009 shooting incident. That and the reports say leg, so I don't know where he got shoulder. I don't know why he chose to lie when I made it very clear I was going to put out the reports anyway.
Exactly. I'm just trying to find an image that I can bring up that won't that won't have YouTube having a heart attack.
Oh God, of what?
I can't find anything good. A lot of these are just fake.
My thing is, this all came about because I was asking about the earplugs, and you know what he did not address at all in that video? The earplugs.
He did not.
I've never heard of someone protecting their hearing when they're trying to kill themselves.
I've seen some pretty gnarly gunshot wounds. As a matter of fact, I got a shitload of pictures of stuff from my time overseas.
Oh, I love gore. Did we just become best friends?
I can't exactly throw them out here on the internet. But we had to, a lot of times it was, we had to start taking pictures every time we were in some type of action for evidentiary purposes, due to the fact that some of the pictures I've got, you'll see people that we got in a firefight with, and then you'll see the difference in the rounds on the ground. If it was shiny brass, that was ammunition that we gave to the Iraqi police. How was ISIS ending up with it? Because all of their ammo is a dull gold color, not a shiny brass color. And so we had to start really documenting a lot of that stuff. Of course, then we had the Iranians coming in as well. We caught a whole
I had
bunch
heard
of
about all
Iranians.
this before from war hero Michael Kaiser. So I was aware of that. I can't believe he's still trying to say his service injury. You lying.
I fucking hate that so much. But on his other posts,
his service injury shooting himself.
He says, "Yay, morphine drip." It's like, wow, dude.
He did celebrate getting pain medications after that surgery, which is telling.
He sure did, didn't he?
Seems like his life went downhill that year. Like, once he shot himself, it really...
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty...
I'm just so fat. Like, people don't... You tell people the story that aren't on, like, YouTube and aren't in... And they're like, this isn't real. Like, this cannot be real life. But it's real life.
It is.
I can't fathom that, like, this pillbilly shot himself, and in my opinion, shot and killed Marine veteran Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., terrorized his neighborhood, burglarized whoever, stole a gun from a physically and mentally handicapped man, among all the other guns he stole, and he's just out on YouTube. Like, if that was me, I feel like I'd be doing like 20 years in prison, at least, for the gun shit.
Oh, there it goes. I saw the lights pop back on. How about we do a little sniping?
Sure.
Can we start taking bets on if he's gonna puke on his mouth on each stream? Like,
we could start a pool.
I feel like it's happening.
What's
more
up with the
often
left
than
side
not.
of his face?
Can
Look
somebody
how
add
that out yet?
Oh, look
He's
at that.
having a tough time.
Ouch.
Oh boy, it's the shiz effect. I do that to men.
Hello, Thomas Davis.
Oh, he's
you doing okay?
He only started 20 minutes ago, so he's probably still doing his
yeah, Fred,
roll call.
You just there's some things
he has the
you're
most
better off
annoying roll
knowing,
call.
He does.
I love Stephen Major, but he has quite
of
an
course they're already
It's part of the manipulation, though. He's
mode.
acknowledging them. He's making them feel special.
Chat
They're more
format and
apt to believe his side of things now. Where it's another manipulation.
Hey, wacko.
121 watching. 4,000.
And no, Michael Frantic, welcome back. And Thomas,
he gets less views than I do.
Guys, I'm still waiting to hear
I
something
literally
back
believe
on
he gets
Eli's
the views
first day of trial.
and
so apparently at one point they were offering him 12 months,
just,
and then apparently it was 6
my mind
months.
explodes.
Mr. Kaiser, let's talk about some of your plea deals.
And
for felonies, not misdemeanors. Not sure. I just hate him pointing fingers when, like, how are you going to say this person got arrested for trespassing? They're so bad. When you're this fucking guy, jail, like, I don't understand.
He won't have to be responsible for that $5 million lawsuit he's up against.
He has yet to get through one sentence without stumbling on his words.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Trucker 70. Hello, Pez. Welcome. If I call you Fez, don't take it personally. I watch a lot of that 70s show.
I'm just trying to watch.
Because you're basically a teenage boy, sir.
Well, Fred, I tried to warn you, man. I gave you forewarning on that one, my friend.
Is he gonna puke in his mouth?
I don't know. Something's up with the left side of his face, though. I don't know.
Stress,
maybe.
Well, I think when you take those fentanyl patches and you put them in your mouth and try and chew them, I think it might screw up the inside of your face. Maybe that's all he could get. I don't know.
I really hope everybody had a Monday, and not.
It's not like he's got an impacted tooth, because he could just take them out and drop them off at the dentist.
So the movie says.
I love when he tells everyone, "Oh, I hope you had a good Monday," like he has fucking worked. Like that fabrication place was like his one friggin' job, and he robbed it.
Yeah,
so.
Marlon, I think he was kind of like keeping his head tilted to keep the left side of his face off. I don't know. I don't get it. Oh,
he's gonna watch himself. Ew. Oh. I hate watching him watch himself. It's the grossest ego circle jerk I've ever seen.
Hello, wacko.
So, challenge for the chat. All right, he's in subscriber mode only. I hate it. I hate to say if you're over there.
Good to know, Carl Porter. I never actually.
We need to come up with some things that you can type in his chat.
Good tip. Good tip.
That we'll be able to catch, and we'll see how long it lasts.
That's a secondary.
So
you're gonna have to zoom in so we can
call
see.
A judge. Call a judge.
Call a judge.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Subscribers for over 20 minutes.
Broke back Kaiser.
Hey,
even
guys,
his intros cringe.
We are looking at First Amendment Protection Agency is the channel name.
Oh yeah, he's watching one of his own videos again.
Office, and he, like every
That's because he has no content. He just replays his old shit.
And it's literally just an ego bolstering thing. Like I've never seen someone on YouTube watch themselves watch something. It's awkward. I don't.
All right, so what do we want somebody to post in his chat? What would be something?
Ask about earplugs. That seemed to upset him. Ask him why he tried to commit suicide with earplugs in. That would be a good question his followers should have asked.
Well, they could just ask, hey, where can I get a good deal on some earplugs?
I want to know if he was donating his ears to science or something.
You're what? I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with that. What is that?
Make sure you post in our chat though before you click go.
My name's Johnny. How much is one stamp?
Yeah, ask him if earplugs float. That'd be a good one.
I thought it was 65.
Oh,
the dumbest part is he didn't even try to flush them. He's like, let me put this evidence in the toilet so I get off on this, and you don't hit the fucking flush.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know.
That's all good, Predator Hunter.
I can look it up if you need it. You just need one stamp?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, unfortunately, anybody that posts anything like that over there, they're gonna get
yes, please.
booted.
Actually, that would be great. Now, Sherry, let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with your poster 7?
I haven't seen any
the poster 7?
Of course,
yes, the poster
we're
7.
a little bit behind. I want to stay a little bit behind in the video because I really don't care about the video.
It's hard to get anyone in there. You got to be blue or green or they don't accept you.
Yeah, subscriber only mode.
Every one of them prank channels creating raps. Every one of them.
And the greens are what?
His
Members?
voice.
Oh, I agree, CyberBry68. 100% agree.
Yeah, the only people in there are green or blue. They're members or they're mods.
But it's totally not a cult. He's totally not lying and manipulating these people.
Hey, Cast Graphic.
I see you back, son.
Yeah, no shit, brother. How are you today, man?
No, I can't know.
Are those earplugs or fentanyl patches stuffed in your cheek? Girl, masshole
Those
for life.
earplugs are fent patches stuff
Oh,
that
apparently not.
gone. That didn't take
Oh,
long.
that
Oh, it made
lasted
it a little.
that lasted
You
a
know
little
now.
bit though.
That lasted a little bit, but
Yes, I can.
it didn't.
Okay.
Awesome.
Walk in here, call
I
the
just, you
disturbance
know,
and call me a crazy
our
guy.
chat and
It'll be
call
easy
you
to see if
chat-
anyone gets one in because it won't be green or blue. We'll
Hey, you're
notice it right
you're
away.
coming in here raising your voice.
Our chat is, we got some great people
What
in
you're
the chat
doing, Frauditor,
because,
I wouldn't do that. That's an
like I said,
actual
we don't have
grown
any
man.
mods. We
He
don't
would
have,
eat you for lunch.
I don't have
probably.
any members or
Over a phone.
subscribers or any of that shit in here.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't,
absolutely I can. Absolutely I can.
I don't have anything. I've been on Tat's channel in the
What
chat
do you mean, y'all?
the last couple of days and actually
Frauditors,
conversed
jackass.
with some of the auditors. And
Exactly.
Can I ask a
Well,
question? Do you think on his CD rack there's an Ace of Base CD?
Ace of what?
Ace of Base? It's an old band. Oh no, I
I'm
said it's an old band and people are gonna get upset.
If
It
it's
was
an
from
old,
like the late 90s.
that's not old, not to me.
Sorry.
Why the hell did you bring up Ace of Base?
Because his CD rack on his 1980s desk, you can see
Oh.
that there's several CDs on there. And I was like, I wonder if he has Ace of Base.
Wow. Wow. You're not
Should I
old
do
enough to
something
know about
older?
Ace of Base.
It was actually the first CD I ever owned when I was like 8 or 9.
Lord help us all.
Social
I
info
started
media makes a
Please
good
make sure
point. Please
John-
accept my challenge for MSG retired and show your DD-214. I showed mine.
And gone. Boom.
Gone. Awesome. I love it.
Man, the
And I love
fragility
that it-
cannons.
I love that it pops up with me in the red there.
I couldn't be in someone's chat watching them boop everyone anytime they try to say anything. It would gross me out. Speaking of jackasses, how are you doing today, Wrangler?
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Let's see if that one
'cause
gets booped. That one's kind of inert. Let's see if they allow it. Look, they're contemplating. Like, uh-oh. Is this a troll or is it one of us?
that one might get through. It's still there, still there. They can't see you if you hit the little heart, can they?
I don't know.
Because I don't want to get banned from the channel because then I can't.
Well, so even if they block you, you can still watch and stuff. Blocking you just makes it so you can't interact. But you can still watch to your heart's content. Do a bunch of 100 emojis.
Let's change this over to live. Yeah, I can't post anyway because it's subscriber mode. Somebody's doing a bunch of happy faces in hundreds. I'll just do a bunch of 100. I can't.
Or just do a bunch of laugh emojis. He's gonna be like, "I'm so hilarious," but
I
they're
just
laughing at
did a
you.
whole shitload of 100s. That was pretty good. Oh,
Of course, it's Biff. You're the best. Biff's just gonna spam him with laugh emojis now.
yeah.
Look at like no comments get through, and you have to wait forever. Lame. I don't think I'll ever do subscribers only mode. It would be so boring.
Yeah, it's, and I don't really care what goes on in my chat. I mean, anybody's free to talk about anything. Like I said, I was over on Tats. He had Brooklyn auditor or Brooklyn something. I guess he's like a cop watcher. And then it came out that I was a cop, and I was like, yeah, I am. Of course, then one of the guys in his chat was trying to troll me, and I just ignored him. But because I just don't get the whole auditor thing. I know of them. I've seen some of their videos. If they want to go out and do that, that's fine. I've had one interaction with somebody one time at work that they wandered into our back lot, and we've got like no trespassing signs everywhere. Authorized
Should I
personnel
subscribe
only.
to see if he'll let a comment from
everywhere.
me get through? I guess I'll have to. I'm
Is
probably
he going to
banned
let
on
you
there anyway.
subscribe, or are you blocked?
No, it let me subscribe. He wouldn't block me, then he wouldn't be able to see what I post. When I put up that SpongeBob meme, he was very upset, apparently.
Oh man, they just the smiley faces are just killing me because you know where they're coming from. And his
Oh,
chat-
yeah. I wonder if he put a filter word on earplugs. Because you can go in your settings and ban certain words, and comments with those words won't even come up. Is Wally talking to us, or is he doing important person things?
I was talking to you. I forgot I muted
okay.
myself because my son's in there screaming on the Oculus. Sorry.
Oh, God.
He's 7-year-olds, you know. No, what I was saying is it would be interesting to, I don't know how I would do it, but I'm curious I'm curious about how many people of his followers who watch him diligently are they the frauditor community, right? But then what percentage is us? You know, it's got to be 20% on his videos, right?
Ron Douglas, you never answered me about Camp Shelby the other day. Did you go to the academy? Boom,
Immediately gone.
Damn, that was quick. This is a good snipe. Nord rocks.
Yeah, like I said, our chat is amazing. They'll go over there and snipe the shit out of them. And you know he's watching.
Yeah, of course he is.
I think part of the reason he plays his videos is so he can like watch people hate watch him. It's a weird ego thing I'll never understand.
Well, this is part of
I
it.
always wonder if like Kimmy Wrangler is actually just him on like a separate screen, you know?
Kimmy spells out I'm Mike. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Shiz, I know you just wanted to see your face. That's why I'm moving them over a little bit.
However long you like to, because you've already concluded the transaction. You have
But that's
no
his video.
we
Now
have
look at his
do
face.
business
His
there.
face is
You
somewhat
have no more
symmetrical right
legitimate
there.
business for what that post
And
office
wait till he
provides.
cuts back to
So
him.
therefore, because it's a limited to non-public forum, bye.
Yeah. No.
Bye.
He's not even on
I'm
the
here.
screen
I'm
right
here
now.
collecting information for a story. And
Kiss
to
your gun
disseminate it to the
goodbye.
public.
No, he's not. He's smoking a cigarette and hate watching us. Hi, Mike.
No, I don't.
Why does everyone hate you so much? I just want to know. I mean, I'm finding out, but I want to
Did
know
the
from
stream
you.
already end? It says live, but am I just frozen over here? Let's see.
Look, someone said what happened last
Now I'm
night.
gonna ask you
Tell
a
him.
question.
Tell him how you shot yourself,
do
Mike,
you
and how you
seriously
tried to
believe
blame
the
mental
words that are
health and
coming out of your
suicide,
mouth
but
right
you had fucking earplugs.
No. The box for the answer is about this
I
big.
forgot to
answer
flush
is
the
about that
toilet.
big. It's a yes or no.
How stupid.
Do you believe the words?
Like
that are
no
coming
one
out
was
of your
going to
mouth?
lift the lid.
Huh?
Don't leave. It's trespass after notice. You're going to
You
jail.
think there was a
Really?
log
Yeah.
floating in there with it?
What's the first crime? What's the primary crime?
Probably some
No, what's the
pillbilly
primary
puke in
crime?
there.
Trespassing, you
No,
crackhead.
the primary crime.
All right. So here's the deal.
Who
That's
is he to
secondary
call
crime.
anyone a crackhead?
Uh,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting off now.
Oh, is he
Frauditor
upset?
bullshit. And there's
Or
no-
he
no.
keeps playing his damn
No,
intro.
no.
What the fuck?
You were told to leave. You didn't leave.
Who's it?
That's
Kaiser?
trespassing. There doesn't have to be a
Oh, there he is.
Dude, why does he look like he nodded off? Did he nod off and end his stream?
No, it's just weird. Like the video
Stranger.
keeps
Welcome
pausing,
back.
and the audio on my side's
Good
like
side.
weird.
Oh, he looks rough. I see what you're saying about the left side of the face, though. Mhm.
Hey there, Miss Trixie.
I think
Now,
he's
this
got
gentleman
something
here
going
looks
on.
like
Wally.
he's a fairly decent, good-sized boy.
I think what we're seeing is the consequences of his own
Yes,
behavior
Miss
catch
Tara,
up to
I
him, and
believe you said the
sometimes karma
15th,
comes
and
disguised
me
as a
and
lot
Kimmy's
of different
praying.
things.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sometimes it's your own
Wish you the
demons.
absolute best of luck, and we are here for you.
All right, I'm fixing to blast him
Good
with some
evening, me first,
hundreds.
and stranger. Welcome back.
I haven't been subscribed long enough to
It
comment.
needs to do
So.
something, man. I mean, what a friggin' clown. I don't think he's going to last too long. Not with his lack of any testicular fortitude unless the cops are around. And
That's
his
too much
IQ,
fun.
which is somewhere around the teens, maybe on a good day.
Hey, relax. Not touch me. Do not touch me. Dude, this is for self-defense now. Relax.
This is called citizens being done.
Dude, he's green in the gills again. Look at him. He looks like he's about to puke. Are we gonna get another mouth puke?
Sorry about that, Glenn Harlow. Hey guys, Wrangler here. And this is going to be that same idiot we looked at recently. I think he goes by.
There's another video of his.
He's looking pretty rough.
And this
He
is him.
does. He's aged a lot
Yeah,
since
so
he
here we
encountered
have
me.
a
Like I said, I have that
purple
effect
new
on
age
men.
frauditor.
A blessing and a
He
curse.
Looks like he's about 18. He got actually he's got better facial hair than Cody High Roller, but he still looks like a little chucklehead, and he's going to keep playing F around and find out.
Yeah, but you know what the best part about this is?
I doubt he ever knew his dad.
I save all my lives and they're on my channel, and people can go watch and they can see the snipe comments over there. Even though they delete them, they're
Dude, over the course of this whole thing, you can watch him devolve before our very eyes. Like, I consider the internet a huge social experiment, and this is a fascinating case study right here.
Oh, it's kind of like the back entrance. So I'm sure people go around here.
He's the worst at video editing too. Like, you can't get anything right, Mr. Kaiser.
What's this?
Yeah, what is the hell's going on here?
It's the post office's rules about photography inside the post office.
Does anybody understand the Pinkerton's Cafe tonight Wrangler reference? Are you guys there yet in the chat? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, it's right there in the middle.
The Pinkertons weren't they the original FBI?
Like the railroad?
Yeah,
I think that's what they
did
were
a
called,
lot.
the Pinkertons.
Yeah, they were a private security kind of thing. I know a lot of the railroads used them. Some of the mining companies used them.
Do you think they're
They were
referring
like
to
OG
us?
FBI. Oh my God, that would make me so happy if they were.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't get the reference. Maybe they're talking, behind the scenes too.
Yeah, killing time. Yeah, you might already be blocked if you had posted there before. Yeah, it's an OG detective agency. Exactly. Thanks so much, man. I got people. Let's see, man. I got like 7 stars up here. I gotta say thank you to some people. Ron Douglas, thank you. Hiram, as always, thank you, brother. Richard AT, thank you. Ron again, thank you again.
A Red Dead Redemption reference. I'm here for
Hey,
it.
Ron,
Thank you.
calm down. Save your money. Actually, all of you really don't have to. Major Hawker, thank you so much. You try
Private FBI style, folks. Okay.
sending you a link to get a new DD. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys that need to get copies of your DD-214s. Let me do something here. And
I see. Only frauds. Yeah. They're talking about GT. Okay.
So
Oh yeah, pick Ron. Okay.
I'm gonna jump
Got
out of his for a second. So guys, you can go right here and request your own records. And I just it's really easy. You go to, request your records. You could do it online. You can get your DD-214 and all that. You do have to know some of your own information. I went ahead and requested my military records from them just to see how long it takes. I did it yesterday, so it would have got processed today. See how long it takes for me to get what they've got on file for me back. But yeah, I'm glad that link worked for you. You do have to know some of your pertinent information. But
Oh my God, will you send him a link? He never comes on when I send him links, but maybe he'll come on for you. You don't sit to pee, so.
send who a link?
Kaiser.
He won't even answer my emails anymore. He only answered the one time. And
Do you want, I'll
when I
send him a
responded
link.
to it-
Hold on, bestie. I'm gonna send you a link, okay? I don't want him to feel lonely. He's having a real tough time. He's gonna get so sick of my shit.
So I will put that link to get your military records in the description
All right,
of this
he has the
video when
link.
it's done.
Everyone should just spam his inbox with the link until he comes on.
You know, a lot of times you can just like last time I needed DD-214 fast, I just emailed my old admin section.
Except
Quantico,
where
they just had it.
prohibited by, of course, official
You just
signs,
gotta throw out
security
Quantico.
force
Just a little
personnel,
spice.
I mean, I'm,
other
you know,
authorized
Humble
personnel
brag.
or
I don't want to
authorities
brag, but I'm
or
literally at Piss Excellence.
other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the
Don't say
local
that. They're gonna say I
postmaster
catch it
or
in a cup and
installation
gurgle
head.
it.
Well,
I mean,
he's not the news.
it's
He
been
doesn't
done.
report
I've drank my own pee
content.
before.
He's a
Ew.
drink
Well, it's
champion.
you have too. You know,
All
it's the
he
drink
does
that
is
everybody
go
knows is Red
magma,
Bull.
I guess that means they're bankrupt. Welcome back. I have
Oh,
another
True.
one
yeah.
I'm going to show y'all here in a little while that will be relevant
No,
that we
thank
don't
you.
ever
That's
really
actually
talk
a
about.
what's
That's
that
part
karate
of
guy's
Poster
name?
7 that could actually start biting the
We had
fraudulent in
Rip
the
It.
ass.
Do you ever have a Rip It?
Before we get
Oh,
there,
of course. You know, they
Oh.
sell them at the
look,
they sell them at one of the
99
dollar
cents. He
stores
looks
here.
like Craig
So,
Henry wannabe. You know, that's pretty sad when anybody attempts to.
You're pretty sad,
mimic
Mr. Kaiser. I
that
can't. I'm
in
having so much
any
fun
way,
fucking with
shape,
you,
or
you
form.
feeble little bitch.
And Magma Mountain Entertainment,
I
my
can't believe
response to
how
you is this:
rough he's
half
just
off.
since
I guess they're bankrupt if
his
they're
whole
half
military
off
thing came out.
Kikron's Cafe.
The
thank you again,
decline
Ron.
in his health, it's very measurable.
Your lies catching up to you are scarier than a murderer catching up to you in a friggin' horror movie. His lies start catching up to him and he looks shook. He looks like he's been passed out behind a dumpster for a couple hours.
Nope. I think that's it. Now, why do you think that?
Huh?
Well, now, why do you think that?
No better than me.
I mean, hassling a post
doesn't matter.
office is pretty fucking stupid. They're
No, it does.
busy,
You,
dude.
you know what your poster 7 is?
This is
you know
why
what-
passports take so long.
You do?
Yeah, and like I said, I just don't get the whole auditing thing.
An email changing the Constitution?
I don't
That's
either,
what
but I
you're
don't judge
saying?
them
Oh,
as
no, I didn't
people. I'm
think
not
so.
going to viscerally hate someone because they do something
No,
dumb.
No, and I had some
sorry?
really good conversations in the chat the last couple of
No, I
days.
can, I can.
You know, they tell me what their side of
sorry?
it is, and
She's
I'm like,
super
all
hot.
right, well, if you feel that strongly
All right,
about it,
thank
go
you.
for it.
We could all
But-
learn a lot from each other if we were less
going on, man?
emotionally reactive.
I was actually going to come up here and commend everybody on how well they
But
did. But,
there
I
are
all
some,
changed
and I
as
went
soon
out
as
and
I
looked
got
at a
up
couple of
on the line,
different
so I'm not
channels
sure.
that they're just out there looking for
Oh,
a
no, I can.
confrontation. That's it. They're
I
just looking to get that clickbait with a
Are
you know,
you familiar
some
with
type of
poster 7?
confrontation or getting arrested, because I'm sure their
I'm sorry?
view rate
You
goes
said-
through the roof.
Well,
when
yeah,
they
but
get
at the
arrested.
same time, Kaiser's
I
out
just
here
need to
doing the
clarify
same
one
thing.
thing.
He's watching
You're gonna call
them
the
get
police
that
if
outrage
somebody's
so he
recording.
can get clicks,
Correct?
views, and money off of the same
Now,
thing
this
they're
isn't
doing.
one that is
Yep.
really ever talked about, but this is covering disturbances.
I think that's something that they don't talk about. When you're
This
covering
says
these auditors, you're
disorderly
still
conduct or
promoting their
conduct that
content.
creates
And
loud
anybody
and
that
unusual noise, or which
talks
impedes
shit about
entrance
somebody
to or
else, he should be the
departure
last
from
one to
post
do it.
offices, or otherwise obstructs
The absolute last one, but he is so
Elevators,
dumb that he
stairs,
thinks he's
parking,
smart and
or
he just
which
thinks all of
otherwise
this is a good idea.
like
Like one of the first things that people
You know
say
that-
to me is like, why hasn't he deleted his
that made
YouTube?
you
I'm like,
piss in your pants.
he's enjoying the
Now
pain, I
you're
guess.
What?
It's gonna get
provoking
worse.
him?
I hope they lock him up on a
Yeah,
live
you
stream.
need the definition of disorderly conduct.
That would be pretty
You'll
cool.
crack, baby.
I would die laughing.
Not-
You're gonna
I would
talk to me
Not
about
for nothing.
disrespect.
I would love it.
You're gonna talk to me about disrespectful.
We had a kid that had a
Bring around
warrant.
Rosie again.
He's a
Listen,
sociopath. He's not going to delete his
don't,
YouTube
yeah,
channel.
don't let him do it again.
He was
here.
live
So
on
you-
Facebook rolling a joint, and next town over. So we call Webster. Webster goes over there, bangs on the
Before I
door,
get hurt, is that a threat?
and they locked him
something?
up on Facebook Live. It was
I'm
hilarious.
sitting here recording, and everybody's been literally physically attacking me.
Weed's just a plant, though.
Nobody
God
said
grew
a
it to
word
apologize to
until
us for how
These
shitty the
two very
world
nice,
is.
nice young ladies that I've been that
Well,
I've been
they
commending
didn't
the
arrest
entire
him for the
time on how
weed
fast
because
they
it's
got rid of
legal.
the
They
line
arrested him for the
and how
warrant.
this is the best,
Oh, good. Okay.
nicest, quickest post office I've ever seen.
I always feel bad.
Then
Oh,
the
I
entire
have
thing
friends that look
changes
back
because
and
I
they're like,
got up to
wow, I
the
have a
line.
criminal
They
charge
respectfully
because I had a
report
gram of
this is
weed and
federal
now I can
property,
buy it at a
correct?
store.
Correct or incorrect?
Yep.
Excuse me? Correct or incorrect? Is that what you said?
Mr. Kaiser, does this look like the people that broke
So
into
look,
your home?
I don't need to get into that right now. What I need you to do is
They shot you,
wanna
Mr.
press
Kaiser.
charges against him for
I'm
assaulting me
concerned. This is
and then
probably going to
threatening me
trigger
here,
his
so
service
it's assault and
PTSD from when
battery.
he shot himself, you know?
So a situation like
No.
that, I'm not going to let him talk because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Look at that face. You don't
Situation
trust
like
that
that.
face.
If I go there, that's a simple assault, not in my presence. If you want to file charges, feel free to go down to the courthouse. Period. Have a nice day.
It's not. You weren't assaulted. The only thing that the camera showed was that you touched him.
Oh no,
And he tried
Marlon,
to
his
get
house wasn't
your
broken into.
camera
He
out of
shot
his
himself and
face.
tried to
I
claim
don't
that
care
someone
what
broke
that
in
little
and shot
bit's
him. He blamed it
DNA
on an
said.
African
Your
American
camera
man,
is not an extension
like a
of your body.
racist.
A camera is an
He did.
inanimate object as far as the law is concerned. And you were provoking him. You were taunting him. Therefore, you're done. Nobody is going to file charges.
So, yes.
All right.
Well, you weren't here, so
I'm gonna
was
100
corner
bomb him
after
here for a
being
little
swung
bit.
the bag at. It hit my hand. It exploded.
I
His
wish they
bag
had a
and his
sad
blanket went
face
on the
one.
ground. And then I backed into a corner.
Maybe
after
I'll do
saying,
the
please do not touch me again. Please
the
do not touch me
wide-eyed
again.
one.
He
There we
he
go.
grabbed my phone out of my hand, pushed me out of the way. So, well, backed me up into a corner and made me.
So if you were standing in the corner, how did he move you out of the way?
Yes,
I
Ryan.
can't even do that
is
with my
Matt
eyebrow. I
Ford
can't make my
retired.
eyebrows
You
wrinkle
need
that
a
way.
wide-eyed look, my friend.
Everything that guy just
I
said
can't
is
do it.
bullshit.
How does he get his eyebrow to wrinkle like that? Ow.
I'm not going to do that.
Are you doing something?
Am I doing something? What do you mean?
Are you purchasing stamps? Are you mailing a package?
Yeah, I just came here and bought a stamp.
So are you finished?
I'm sorry?
Are you done?
What do you mean, am I
Are you-
done? What do you mean, am I done?
You bought your
Correct.
stamp
Correct.
and you're still here.
You're correct.
Why?
Because I can be. What do you mean, why? Are you going to ask them why they're here too?
The other people in there are
That's kind of what I did. I did the old head smash there when I heard
These
his
frauditors must wear earplugs day in and day out so they can't hear their own stupidity. Kimberly Lynn.
All three of those things are official reasons.
All right, so now we know earplugs isn't on his hot
You're
words list, so
loitering
it's not
and starting
automatically
shit with
booped.
people so that you can what? Get more clickbait. You don't have a reason there. What you're doing is now loitering and trespassing and
I
disorderly
still can't
conduct.
comment. Oh my god.
light came back on
Correct.
the camera.
It's very clear
Correct.
that they're purchasing.
And I just told you what I was doing, correct?
You
Or
purchased
incorrect?
something
Correct.
and you're done.
Correct.
But you have a problem with the people here, right?
No, these people have a problem with me. I have no problem. I came in here with no problem.
So why
Or
do you
That's
nothing.
like saying Kaiser has no record, but I digress.
See,
I'm
that-
not in
bet
control of
they
that.
use
I go a
the-
I
lot
just
of
don't
places
get
where a
why
lot of
they
people
have to
problems with me,
argue.
and that's not under my control.
Uh-huh. So
For
what
clicks
you
and views, so
I'm
that
sorry?
Mr. Kaiser can then also use it for
Not
clicks
right
and
at this
views, you
second.
know?
First of all, I'd like to press charges
Yep.
against this big guy right here before he
Major
leaves.
Hawker, my finger hurts from
This
clicking
entire time.
the
This
celebration
entire
thingy.
on your phone,
Yes, it is.
I would like to see.
Okay, perfect.
That
So
has to slow the
after
chat
everything
down.
is all said and done, when he walks
I have 2
outside,
more
I'll
minutes
take
till
you
I can
back
comment. I'm
outside,
probably
put
hidden
you on
anyway,
video,
and it won't even come up.
and then we'll continue on from there.
Okay.
Can I just ask name and badge number just so I knew who came through and talked to me?
Public safety officer Casey Smith, badge number 1115.
1115. Thank you very much, Ms. Smith.
He's such a burnout. He probably already forgot the badge.
Doing literally nothing. The same thing everybody else in here.
But is he such a burnout that he shot himself to make his ex-wife stay?
What the fuck? Hey, at least I'm not drinking.
Actually, what happened was you got put in check because your little ass needed.
Yeah.
time
He looks like
I
he's
did
stoned.
put your ass in check and give you a little
the same
timeout,
as
sir.
everybody else. You were
Doesn't he?
pissing
He
people
looks
off.
like he's
You played
wasted.
F around and find out.
Yeah, no,
You
he
found out.
looks
Now
like
you don't
he's
like
been
it.
under the influence for
Tough
like a
shit.
couple weeks now.
Gonna ask me why I'm still here.
Because you're loitering, jackass.
Can you call your supervisor here as well? He's off today, so who else is above you? You're the highest. You're the highest. I'm sorry. To come here and then talk to me. I love how all you guys too asking this guy if he's okay, trying to defend him after.
I
did
want
what he
just
did
one
to
of
me.
his subscribers to
That's
ask if it was a
horrendous.
suicide
are
attempt. Why
horrendous.
did he have
You big guy scared of
earplugs in? That's like all I want to know.
Yeah, you keep pushing that damn crowd off, and you're going to get a suppository call.
Well, you'll be
an
able to
iPhone
ask that in
12.
about what, another
But
minute?
the best part's coming.
Oh, I
up.
hope so.
He's gonna need
I
another
might be
diaper
hidden
change.
though. He doesn't like me very much.
Go ahead,
That
big
mean
man.
internet lady.
Door's wide open for you, dude. Whoa. Dude, whoa.
You know, it's and a couple of people have
This
already
clips are
brought it up.
stupid. Like, this man couldn't formulate something funny to save his fucking
Heavy
life.
breathing after one little
Ah.
swing.
When all this
Good for you.
stuff started coming out, if he had just come clean about everything.
I need your help. I need you to stop him before he leaves.
Hey there, Texas bacon. You that big
It- it's-
You taunt him, and then when he makes you piss yourself, what? You want the cop to protect you? Man,
Look at how
get out of
slow
this
he
game, 'cause
blinks.
We're gonna chew you up, boy.
I need you to stop him before he leaves, and call somebody here right now.
Well, first off, she doesn't work for you.
Then you better hurry up and go get him, because I'll make a citizen's arrest before you do. If not,
And then you will get arrested for
Will you be safe, brother?
very complicated. Let me uncomplicate it for you. Yes, it is.
Now, the reason I cut that forward.
All right, let's see if my
guys,
comment
one,
shows up. I
because
bet
the
it
guy was
won't,
on the phone
but
having a conversation with
we can
someone
try.
else. Two, he was giving his witness statement that he had to go through to the
Yeah, it
officer.
was, Craig
and I was
Rav.
not going to put that up because the frauditor is a piece
I think
of
I'm
shit
hidden.
and recorded it anyway.
Officer Hudson, you are our
Kinda
hero.
Yep,
looks
I'm
that
hidden.
way.
Saw that.
I said, why did you wear earplugs
let
if
them
your
leave.
shooting it was a
Let them
suicide
leave.
attempt? And why did you blame the shooting on an African American man? Kind of a hot button subject right now, isn't it? Blaming African American men for crimes they didn't commit.
Hey, Parsons,
I feel like it is.
So which, in which order
did
did you ask? Did you ask for the video? Not while we were in there.
Yes, you
You
did.
said once he got done, you would show me the video. Did
Right.
you not
And then
tell
you
me that?
you told me to
You didn't
leave.
show me
You
the
told him to
video.
leave before you asked me for the video.
Yeah, now I have to unsubscribe.
I got a water.
He's so awful at this. He's ruining a lot of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You're in
That's-
trouble.
I'm trying to like.
Ew, listen to that
Ew.
laugh. Listen to him try to
Citizen
LARP as a
safety.
human.
Oh, you're
citizen
such a
safety.
bitch.
You're a bitch.
So let me ask you a
I
question,
am.
Ms. Smith. What's complicated about the First Amendment in public spaces? What part of that is complicated? Because that's what you told whoever that guy was. Sorry, yeah, sure. How you doing?
So I was being told that you wish to make.
Shiz, Melissa wants to know if your comment would show up in his
I
community
have
post.
video of it. I told her about it. I
I don't
told her
think
was
they
gonna
do
make a citizen's
anymore.
arrest if she continued to let him walk away, and she came up, ID'd him, let him walk away.
Because, you know,
So,
free speech
there-
and he's
there's the first
open to
problem right
everyone's
there.
opinions and stuff.
You know, and then first she came here, asked me why I was doing what I was doing, telling me like,
Look
oh,
at
if you're-
Kimmy's alt
if you're
account
done,
trying to make
leave. Like,
points. Kimmy. Just wait, there's more.
well, thank God we got it all on video. So she said, if you're done, then just leave. If people don't want you here, why don't you just leave?
Sounds like the story of that dude's life.
Yeah, that
People
dude's
don't
hard.
want you here.
Dude,
Why
there's
don't you
plenty
just
of-
leave?
Relax.
Officer Stuckey would fucking burn his ass, you know.
While you're giving me
That dude looks hard.
like it, so.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Jeez, he
What was
should
your name
take
and
some of
badge
that
number? Or
advice.
ID number, computer number, serial number, whatever you want to call it. You don't need my ID as of right this second.
The black man you blamed for shooting you
I just left. I was ready. And
done
ready and
stole my
willing to have that be the end of
earplugs.
it. You wouldn't
Aw,
have
it's
known
gone.
that
Actually,
information.
Craig Rabs,
You
I
wouldn't
beat
have
y'all
talked to
to it.
him if I didn't force
Pretty
you.
quick, huh?
You were standing
y'all
out
do
there ready to be on the phone.
It's
If
so
I
hard to
didn't
see.
walk
I've never felt
and
so
tell you that I
elevated
was going to make
before.
a citizen's arrest
Yeah,
on him.
I completely missed
And
that
again,
one. It was going
What
really
happened
quick.
with that citizen's arrest? Oh, that's right.
Only for
You
felonies.
got no balls.
That's why.
What time is it? Can you just pull out your phone? I can't check the time while I'm recording. No? Can you just check your watch?
Oh, there we go. How
So
about the
why are you
earplugs in the
giving me
toilet?
attitude now?
Boom,
Why is
gone.
that?
Gone.
Yes, stop interrupting me.
So fragile over there. They got to
So-
protect their baby.
So you don't want to pursue any charges for this?
I'm talking. I said, don't interrupt me. Is that not what I said?
That's what you said. but
Okay,
I'm asking
so then why are you trying to walk away and not listen?
Because you're an entitled, condescending little asshat who obviously never had a daddy.
No self-reflection.
Because if you had,
Is he,
you
yeah, I
would've
was going to say,
smacked
is he
damn
looking in the
taste out of
mirror?
Your mouth when you tried that shit up against a grown man. You got what you deserve.
You're a
today.
grown
still-
man.
Go home, change
Who's
your
I
Dixie
still
diaper,
Rebel?
can't get over
get
the
your
whole
bottle,
pity party
get your
video he
passage,
did
and
yesterday.
shut the fuck up.
Because that was nothing more than a
Well,
story
blaming
that his-
suicide, his
Do not
service
put your hands on
injury, he's literally doing anything to not have to admit the truth about himself. And the truth, in my opinion, is that he has antisocial personality disorder and he's a fucking psycho.
Well, he's a narcissist.
If I would, if now let me ask you a
Well,
question.
and inherently antisocial personality, they only care about themselves.
What would happen?
They should have arrested his punk ass right then.
They should have arrested your punk ass right then.
Cuffs?
Stay tuned.
No.
Yeah.
If I were there and saw you
It's
grab that
coming.
woman like that, I'd have put you on your ass.
Why is
Would
it?
you have? You got your ass kicked in jail
Turkey.
numerous times,
Hey,
Mr.
like
Kaiser.
my
Should we
turkey.
talk about that?
Why are you treating me different?
But
Why
he's
is
gonna
it?
beat everyone up.
Why?
Is there anything that we can do?
Yes, answer the question.
Couldn't even get his ramen noodles without getting his ass kicked.
Should I test that?
Not yet, Chuck.
Hey, Shiz, what's that thing you're not supposed to do in prison? Do you remember that?
So if I backed into her and pushed her out of the way to get
Drop
in,
the soap.
are you telling me you wouldn't do anything?
No.
You just sit here and watch?
Get your ass
Is
beat
that
so
what
many
you're saying?
times you take on a companion to protect you.
Sturkey?
Quiet.
Yeah, Mike, in prison, you
Mr.
don't
Sturkey.
cry. You have to be a big boy in prison. You have to be a man now. Does that sound familiar, Mr.
Mr.
Kaiser?
Snarky.
Sounds
There's
familiar
no
to me.
crying in prison.
Snark smug look
There's
on his
no
face like he thinks
crying.
something's
You have
funny.
to be a man now. You'll be home soon enough.
Oh, Michael.
Hey, I'm gonna get this guy out of here,
Oh,
man.
Michael.
He does not have, no cameras are allowed in the post office.
His
False.
family tree is a fucking
Try
wreath.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, by the way, Craig, did you see the email I sent you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just double
the
checking.
two.
Not for
Yeah,
people not
everything you need's in there.
But sadly for
Yeah,
you, fraud,
I just gotta,
they
uh,
are closed to methed out.
I gotta do a little more
jackasses
digging.
Who've never been told no.
And
Mr. Kaiser, you are a methed out jackass that's never been told no. The lack of
guys.
self-awareness
There was
on
that,
this man
so-
alarms me.
You guys see how they treat people that are recording?
I hope to drop the request
Yeah,
this
just
week.
when I thought it was going to go really
But,
good, and I thought this was going to be
I'll be
open
curious
shut
to see what
place.
comes back on that
You know, it
because
turned
I'm
very,
thinking the
very
apples
south,
don't fall far
turned
from the
very
tree.
south, very quick. So
Well, so we've heard that his
yeah.
dad
was good.
embellishes his
that was
service a
good
lot.
showing for,
Yeah.
Orangeburg for sure. Without a
Well,
doubt.
we're gonna find out.
They're
We are
well
gonna
known
find
in
it.
the area as
video.
being pieces of shit.
But we
Like no
appreciate you
one
admitting
likes
that
any of them
your
except for his
bullshit
brother.
channel is nothing
People
but a
have
prank
nothing bad
channel.
to say about his
And
brother.
I'm sorry so much.
Does
that
that
your birth
bother you,
certificate
Mike?
was an apology
That
letter
everyone
from the
likes David
condom company.
more?
But
Aw.
yeah, keep playing F around and find out in Georgia.
You
Anyway,
fuck
guys,
around and
it's
find out,
Strangler.
bud. I got you.
So yeah, this guy is. I can't tell if he's gonna wind up in prison.
Wow, he looks
or
rough.
he's gonna wind up somewhere even worse. Hey, Victoria B, Captain Happy's got a wrench. Welcome back.
When you're in
He's
prison,
just-
Mr. Kaiser, you tell me
he's
what's
got-
first.
He's got like dead eyes.
Yeah.
He's got murderer eyes. He's got the cold, soulless eyes for sure.
Well said, Marcus. So yeah,
And he blinks like really
this
slow.
guy, I don't get what his deal
It's
is.
like a deliberate
mean,
blink.
If
It's
you don't have a
I don't know.
badge
Maybe
on,
when you're on drugs, you forget
he
to blink.
completely.
Oh no, one of his
coward.
commenters said I'm a scumbag.
But if a
Hurdy
female
words. What am I gonna
pulls
do?
Oh no.
He gets into a condescending little
She's
jackass.
I have to
scumbag.
cry
Just
about
so you know,
Same
right
thing
there.
with it.
I
just
say
cops
worse
in
shit to
general.
myself in the
But
mirror
if a
every
grown
morning.
man
Fuck out of
steps
here.
to him,
Bookworm.
he backs down hard.
But the bookie worm is a member over there supporting this lying sack of
That's
shit.
right, MG.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to remember where the criticisms come from. That helps them not. I don't know how I'm a
Pretty
Well,
much.
One of
scumbag.
his one of his
Pretty
mods, I
much.
just
So,
looked
yeah,
up.
so
One subscriber.
He dropped
Yeah.
this one today, and I've
It's
got it
definitely a
made.
sock
I
account. Well,
uploaded
maybe
it. I
not.
just
Join
haven't
November
done
30th,
anything to it,
2012.
thumbnails or scheduled it or anything. But yeah, and now that
IQ of a carrot is a funny joke.
Texas Bacon, you tell me if we were
These
if
people are
you
so
were in Texas
simple.
and not
This
South
is Simple
Carolina, tell me
Jack
what you think
and
the
all his
crime would be
friends.
in terms of wiretapping.
And then there was silence.
It's like his brain is loading.
Yeah. Default.
You can see the little
Restart
wheel.
required.
The paperclip's gonna pop up and be
What
like,
am
"You
I
are too
doing?
high for this
Well,
interaction."
since I'm too stupid to get a job, I'm sitting here waiting on my food.
He
stamp
admitted it.
card
He's
to
too
reload.
stupid to get a job. Progress. This is growth.
So how many of his own videos does he watch
Yeah, I
during his
probably would
live
have too,
streams?
Marcus. Hey
That's all he
guys,
does.
Wrangler
He's
here.
doing
Like
more than
two.
normal.
98, little idiot. First Amendment Protection Agency.
He doesn't do like super long videos.
Look at his
ever.
like emotionless,
believe me,
reactionless
Bookworm, I know.
face.
And he's gonna go play. Apparently,
not
he
even
wants
good
to
at
live
LARPing
off
as a
Honey
human.
Boo Boo's leftovers.
Perks
and
will
go
do
play
that
F
to you.
around and find out in a DMV. To which the
Or about the
personnel
channel,
there
29.
really need an
2015.
education, and he, i.e., the frauditor, needs an education on what a limited public forum.
You know, I wonder if his
Today, we are at the South Carolina DMV.
This must be another one of his videos that, and it's just over and over. He
Yeah,
just plays
Kimmy,
his
I'm
own
sure that
videos.
people are unsubing from Kate because they're seeing through me now,
Hey,
not your
Battleborn
murderer
War
piece of
Gaming.
shit husband. But
Welcome
don't worry, I have more for you. I told you I'm going to spell it out very slowly, like you guys require.
Hey, is there a way to tell who the mods are? Like you can just pull the, you know, you can pull the participants.
Not unless it's your channel.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Now serving J.
I'm starting to suspect
I know
Shiz
that,
still works for
that's
Turtle
why-
Boy.
That's why.
Sorry?
I outed
That's
his
why he
illegal
got blocked.
behavior. So no.
What am I doing? I'm recording. No, yes.
Wow, these people are dumb as fuck, huh?
I can.
It just amazes me.
I mean, these are the same people that think that he's a war hero
waste of
and
breath
not
is
a
every
piece
time
of
you
shit, and
go-
totally
it could be breaking her ass.
didn't
That's
shoot
right.
himself
They
to try to
take
make his
something out of
ex-wife
it.
stay, and totally didn't kill Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. in his own home.
There and go back and forth all
At
day and
all.
have a circular conversation.
Flipped off the
Well,
family when
actually-
they drove by, but you know he had
What's-
nothing to do with the murder.
What's the wrench mean?
That means they're a moderator.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
Walter Mitty
Yeah,
is.
you don't see those in
Shiz's
my
minions,
chat.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Kimmy, you talk real gully for someone whose
Oh,
nudes are
subscriber
literally
mode
all
is
over
off.
Discord. That's crazy.
But they're in division.
Yeah, is this a public building?
Do you think Mike knows how many dudes she was trying to hook up with before she settled for him?
That's settling like
Sorry,
a
I
lot.
keep going water.
If that's what she
He doesn't
settled
leave me
for,
much
can you
choice.
imagine what those dudes
I
were
got
like?
something I want you to look up.
That's settling
dumbass.
like a
And I mean
300-year-old
you,
house.
First Amendment Protection Agency. I want you to look up United States versus Cordova. It's kind of relevant.
From his expensive time at law school.
Subscriber mode back on.
I can't stop. Like I said, I can't stop you. For us.
Somebody turned it off and then it got turned back on. I don't know. Maybe one of his moderators is kind of getting a whiff of the truth and turned off moderator mode.
I still think it's a quick nod and a
Yeah.
boop, and like they don't even mean to hit it.
I'm ahead of you guys, and you know they're talking about the Tros are out tonight. It must be a full moon. You know.
All right, thank you.
They've gotten like 5 comments.
Hey,
That's
you
the
know,
trolls
it's-
being
it's all
out.
right.
I have like
You
100
did
people in my live
pretty
stream
much
that
did
shit
the
all
right
over
thing.
me the
You-
entire
You
time.
know what was going on, and you went and talked to somebody, and you came out with a swift change of attitude. I'll tell you that. So
Brother Trolls right. Subscriber only
So you
mode
should
is
know, man. You took-
top
you took an
lol
oath to
cow
uphold him, too.
behavior. We watched him go from a lol calf to a lol cow. He's full grown
What
now.
oath? What the hell are you talking about, you freaking crack baby? I mean,
He
seriously,
talks about
dude.
himself so
It's a
unironically.
DMV. Show me in the Constitution where it says that some loser, unemployed, still living with his mama jackass.
You're a loser,
can just go
unemployed,
video
living with his
record
mama
and spread
jackass.
private
Oh my
information in
god.
the DMV for his
I
bullshit
can't.
YouTube page because he's too damn stupid to get a job. Show me in the Constitution where it says that.
Literally no self-reflection at all.
None.
So Shiz, have you looked at the? Have you copied the screen name for the mods and looked up those channels?
No, I haven't. I don't really care that much. I just like fucking with him. I don't care about his peripherals.
Yeah,
I've found that a lot of them don't have channels, that they use a different name
yeah,
when they're
that's
in there.
fair. That's fair. Some of them, but some of them are definitely odd people.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of weird ones over there.
But he's actually.
But there's
recording
more.
before he goes on to
There's
say
more
it's
mods
gonna
than there
be
are
wrong
watchers.
again. Let's look at South
Well,
Carolina.
can I speak on
Code
something real quick? So I've noticed that people have been making videos
In
regarding the
South
Kaiser
Carolina, it is a
situation, which is
criminal
great and
offense.
lovely.
It is
But
a
if you were
felony,
not
by
going
the
to get
way,
the
to use a
information
recording
accurately,
device
all
to
you're
share
doing is
or
muddying the
record
waters and giving
wire
him
or
something he can say,
electronic
look, here, they're
communication without the
lying.
consent of at least one
So
participant.
if you're going to present the
when you're
information,
recording
please make sure
her
to do it accurately.
and you can
You're
hear
just giving
what
him
she's
more
saying to
excuses
the
and helping
clerk,
him
that is
by not
wiretapping
accurately
in the state of
portraying the
South
information.
Carolina, and that is
That
a
is all.
felony. So I guess we'll be
Good
sending
point.
this to the district attorney's office.
Should I put my hair up or down?
One
Were you
mod
talking
called
about
Wrangler
divorce? I can't
Slime,
imagine
and then
why.
the comment was gone.
See,
You heard
Are
what
we
I
watching
said.
a mod go rogue?
You heard what I said.
Which mod was it?
You heard what?
all right. The reason that I asked about if you could hear was he not only recorded the conversation intentionally she had with another party in what's supposed to be a protected area, but he's actually commenting on the conversation, indicating that
You can't see
he
who turned
recorded
it off.
And as I said, in South Carolina, that is a felony.
I think we're watching a mod go rogue. I
Because
hope
he
that's
did
it.
not
You can
have
come
the
here. We are a
consent
safe
of
place. We are
her or the
hilarious.
clerk on the
We're
other
chill
side
as
of
fuck,
that counter,
and we will welcome
to
you.
record their
You're
conversation.
safe here.
It doesn't matter if he's a state employee or not.
I said.
They're saying it's not the real frauditor trolling your chat.
I'm doubting that's the real FT.
Said I can't imagine why you're talking about divorce.
Waterboard, dude. I got a wooden spoon.
Oh, the same joke again. Thank you so
Sounds to
much
me
for
like
sharing,
you
Mr.
just
Kaiser.
confessed to felony wiretapping. Hey, frauditor South troll, are Carolina. you still hitting people for
Good
false
job. How many crimes have
copyright
you
strikes?
confessed to, Mr. Kaiser?
Or are you still besties with a convicted wife beater? Man, take your ass
Better
back
than
to
being
Canada
besties
and fuck
with
yourself.
a murderer. Stolen valor.
Do you know the level of abuse you have to be in to shoot yourself to try to manipulate that woman into staying with you? That's some pretty deep abuse.
Let's see who gets the gifted fraud at Wrangler membership. Scott McCrae. That name sounds familiar. Is he over in our chat?
So look, if you want to write it down, I'm going to be out of here in a few minutes. But first of all,
He
I
brought
wanna
AZ
thank
Jeep
you for
Girl
your
up again to
professionalism
pretend
and
she's a
knowledge
lawyer.
And trying to keep a cool, calm, and collected.
Well, I was just trying to protect.
Well, I hope she's a really good criminal lawyer. He's going to need one.
She's not even a
No,
lawyer.
hey,
She just
Eloise, good morning.
plays one on YouTube, I
I
guess.
got it. You were trying to do the right thing against a deadbeat piece of shit frauditor.
You're a
Understood, sir.
deadbeat piece
Thank
of
you
shit.
for
Why did your
listening.
ex-wife work and you
That's a
couldn't
normal
keep a
thing. That's a
job?
very normal thing. And when
You didn't
people
even
don't know
try.
much,
All you did was
they
steal
usually
shit.
just
Beginning frauding channel on YouTube.
take the assumption
No,
route.
shit,
I'm going to
Yes,
start
it's a
advocating for the
valid
entire
point.
town of Ohatchee and
Hey,
Gadsden
Casey,
and
He went to
the whole
somebody that knew,
Edwin,
and he
Calhoun
came back
counties.
with a
I've
different
got you.
attitude. So I'm going to go over
Fuck
there and
this
thank you for that,
guy.
because that's a lot different than what I see too. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You have a good day.
That's
You as well.
okay, AZ. We're glad you're here.
I won't go over the murder thing again, but I will ask Shiz if she will. Somebody Clash with Boo was asking
Oh,
about the
Clash
murder
with Bow.
thing.
Hi, Bow.
I'll be right back, guys.
Bow.
So
Clash with Bow. I
Mr.
can't read
Kaiser
it.
was and still remains to this day the only suspect in the murder of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr.
I'll talk to you when
Donald
I'm done.
Atwater Cameron Jr. was executed in his living room. He was shot twice to the back of the head, utilizing a homemade silencer. Mr. Kaiser was found in possession of Donald's, well, not his firearms. He had already pawned them, but they were recovered. He had his PlayStation, which had connected to the Kaiser family network. Michael Kaiser had scraped the serial number off of the PlayStation to try to avoid it being determined that it was Donald's. And he had a book on how to make homemade silencers. Like I said, he remains the only suspect. The family and everyone I've talked to connected to the investigation or even from the area strongly believes that he did it. What we've ascertained is there was some local politics at play that caused a lot of cases to get dismissed that year. End rant.
Well, thank you, because you're well more versed. Like I said, I'm well versed on the stolen valor stuff, and you're doing the criminal side of it, and you've been doing all of that. And I best defer things like that to people who are well versed in it, rather than I could get 90% of it right, but I don't have all the information.
That's like when someone asks me about the military stuff. I'm like, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask someone else.
I try and stay in my lane, and I try and focus in my lane. Of course, sniping him's a lot of fun. Just, like I said, all he's got to do, if he were to come out, just like his pity party. This is what happened in my military career. I joined in 1998. I got medically dropped. I couldn't pass the PT test, or for whatever reason in 98, he got medically dropped from basic training. I attempted to go back in 2005. This is what happened. This is how I got injured.
Medical doubt for shin splints, according to what he told police officers at the time.
And, shin splints isn't a, I don't even think you can get a percentage for that.
I think that's why he fought. And I wonder too, his letter that he got said 2011. So do you think maybe his surgery for his self-inflicted shooting, he might have passed off to the VA as being necessary for his shin splints?
Could be.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really, really hard to get without a warrant. Because of HIPAA.
Well,
no, not even if you have proof that the injury and surgery was caused by something other than his service, like shooting himself in the leg.
We could obviously present that to them, but they're not going to reciprocate files.
Yeah, I wouldn't want reciprocation. I'd just want them to know.
Yeah, you could drop that to the OIG, the VA OIG, and they could look into it. But he's a small fish. I mean, the VA OIG usually only goes after the big frauds, the guys that are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, especially when paperwork wasn't as good as it's now, like the Vietnam era,
Because they do. If you go on the VA website and you go to their OIG, and they post a lot of their investigations and what's transpiring with those. And I've done videos on it before about some of the VA frauds that were Sweet Falcax loves Melissa D's pussy.
Oh yeah, that's the account that talks about me and Stone Vet having intercourse. It's really weird from all these sexually repressed people to constantly sexualize other people.
Yeah, like incels, right?
Wally, I just wrote a note, but remind me, on our next call, I want to find out more about the disability stuff.
Yep. Well, he already talked to me about that. So I'll wait until you're in on the call to ask, so we know what we can and can't talk about.
Okay.
And actually,
I'm just curious.
I'll send you a text right now. Okay.
Wally.
Yes, sir.
You got Navy Tech's number?
Let me look.
Oh God, what time is it? All right, I'm going to go switch over my laundry and then fall asleep with my mouth open, probably on the couch like my father. But thank you for having me up.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. Appreciate
Have
it.
a good night, boys.
All right, you too.
Don't go getting Kaisered. There's a lot of iterations for that. So
yeah, Navy Tech said he'd come on. I'd love to have him on. I know he's on with you and Josh. I don't have any contact info for him.
Okay. All right, let me send it over to you, or I'll just do an email real quick.
Or you could just send him the link.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Easy.
So Navy Techs, if you want to come up, Wally's going to send you the link.
Yeah, send it in now, bro.
Fraudulent or Troll, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I see it's in Canadian, so it must be the real Fraudulent or Troll.
Yeah, I like Davy Tech's.
He's a big dude. I don't want him to beat my ass for talking shit about his wrestling tights.
Oh, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, he
All
seems
right,
like a
dude.
pretty cool guy.
I sent it. Let me in the chat let somebody know if you didn't get it.
So Navy Techs, if you got the link, I'll see you pop in, and if you didn't, let us know in the chat, and he'll resend it.
So yes, people have spoke to Kimmy apparently, but there's potential it's not actually Kimmy. There's some pictures being floated around. Shiz has a copy, and so do multiple people. They have, screenshots of all that interaction.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, y'all, how you doing?
Good.
Doing good.
And they're not tights. This is my official Navy underway gear.
Yeah, I think I made that comment when you were over on his stream.
Yeah. Well, because who was it? Fucking Stone Vet was asking me. Yeah, I think Wally was asking me too. They're like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" I'm like, "It's a fucking wife beater, man."
How'd your test go? With the,
that road machine test is no joke. So I got to redo it. So I'm gonna reapply in February, and it's gonna get a little bit better at it because we didn't do the road machine when I was in the military that much. So it was a little bit takes some getting used to. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, that civil service exam is hilarious.
Is it? Oh,
it is. Yeah. It's oh man, it kind of reminds me of those guys that like got just enough on the ASVAB by signing their name to get into the military, right?
That would be kind of a fun episode. We all go take the fake ASVAB or the pre ASVAB and see what we score now compared to what we scored then.
That would be pretty funny.
Oh, but some of the questions, I don't know about you guys, like, like this is a screw. What type of screw is it? What screwdriver would you use for that? It's like Phillips or standard, right? It's like this one dude from this town, Muscuda, Illinois, town next to mine, where I grew up. He couldn't get. He took the ASVAB probably 15 times. He couldn't get the 31 or 33 or whatever the minimum score was for the Marine Corps. Like 38 for the Marine Corps, but yeah. So they gave a monkey because it's ABCD.
Mm-hmm.
They gave a monkey 4 keys, and that monkey got a little treat every time it touched a button. The monkey scored like a 40 something, right?
Yeah.
And that's a real. There's like it's documented. Like that's a real experience.
What were the treats? Were they crayons?
I don't know. I mean, that's what you'd give to Marines, but
they're all red crayons. Yeah.
And blue, and green, obviously green.
Yeah, true. I remember one time. So when I was at DLI the second time, I was in E6, and one of my jobs that I got chosen to do was I got to go deliver all the letters to the different commanders, inviting them to the Navy Day Ball. And my favorite time was going to the Marine Corps barracks because I walked in there and there's so much red in there that I just instantly got angry. And I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now.
So this has been quite interesting this evening. I don't know what's going on over there. He's still watching videos his own videos from the past. I just basically we're just kind of watching his chat go by right now. But it just so... it boggles the mind that there's so much information out there about all of his lies, and yet these people are still over there as members, giving him money every month to
be right back, guys.
To not come clean, basically.
Well, my son, did you hear his explanation as to how the gun went off?
Yeah, on a 32 caliber. I don't.
Well, it doesn't make sense on any gun that has a hammer, right? So the thing is,
no.
And that's just me. Like, I'm not a weapons expert or anything, but I am a Texan, and I've never seen a weapon where I had the hammer back, right, cocked back, and I took the safety off, and the hammer slips.
Well, they do have, like the old Berettas, they had the decock lever on it.
Yeah, the decock, but you had to that was a different from the safety though. That wasn't like.
Yeah, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with the safety. It was just a decock that slid a shield down over the firing pin so the hammer could fall forward.
Well, because he claimed in that video that what happened was that he was going to, self-unalive or whatever, decided not to, hit the safety on it, and when he hit the safety, the hammer went forward, and the gun went off, and that's how he got shot in the shoulder.
Who in their right mind would be screwing with the safety with the gun pointed at themselves? And he's supposed to be a gunsmith.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be this big badass staff sergeant ranger.
Yes, sir.
3 tour, 2 Purple Hearts. Yeah. Who points a gun at themselves when they're screwing with the safety? Who points a gun at themselves, period?
Yeah. It's kind of like when people say, well, I was cleaning the shotgun and it went off. Name me one person out there that cleans a loaded weapon. I can't find them.
And I don't buy the whole suicide thing either. I mean, if it is true, but everybody's like, well, man, you got no sympathy for him. And I'm going to say it again. If you look up sympathy in the dictionary, it's right between shit and syphilis.
Yep. No, 100%. When, the thing is, and then he says after that, this is what gets me, right? This really just kind of blows my fucking mind, is that he's like, well, I lied about it because I was embarrassed. So the lie you chose could have been anything, right? The first lie was that you blamed a black guy for breaking into your home and cheating you. That's enough to unravel unto its own. And then you say you lied about to everyone else because you're embarrassed in this day and age, right? You're embarrassed about talking about mental health. Really? Okay. Yeah. No. Sorry.
My wife just told me it's snowing out.
Oh God.
What the? I wonder. I can't do it online. If I could do it I got Blink cameras outside. I'd bring one of them up. And my webcam, the light's back on, but it keeps going in and out. I got a really old Logitech that I'm having to use because all the drivers for my good cameras don't work anymore.
Oh, wow. That sucks. Damn.
No, that's what happens when you upgrade a computer. Well, I use Mac. So
okay.
I just got a brand new Mac Studio, latest and greatest. And of course, all the drivers are broke.
Well, if it gets too cold for you, you can always come down to Texas. I think it was 90 degrees the other day, and then it was 40 degrees. It's been roller coastering like crazy.
Let me see if I can, might be able to bring it up on my, if I can find it.
Oh, the fucking earplugs. God, good Lord.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a talker and I have no idea what to say to that. That is.
All right, let me bring up the camera, see if it'll come back on. There's one try. There's two tries and three. Oh, it's up. All right. I don't know if you can see that.
Let's see, I got you on the big screen too. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, it just stopped.
I see it.
Again. Come on, connect. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it's first snow of the season. Lovely. I'm just clicking through a bunch of shit here. Really nothing going on over there. So, brother, you're looking to get into law enforcement, are you?
Yeah. So one of the things is, so after I retired, is I'd always planned to come back to my hometown area because I got family and stuff here to help take care of. In fact, that's one of the things I'm doing tonight is I'm babysitting for my niece and nephew. Usually my parents do it, but my dad got the flu, so my mom's taking care of him. So I'm over here taking care of them and all that kind of stuff while their parents work, because their parents are both in the medical field and work nights like 7 days a week, on and off, like a Panama schedule. And so kind of like a Panama schedule. And so they, so I come over and take care of them, you know, get them ready for school, pick them up, all this kind of fun stuff. And that's one of the things I wanted to do because, you know, being in the military, you're gone all the time. You're stationed far from home or whatever. And you only get home like once a year, maybe. And so I swore that once I retired, I was going to come back. Well, one of my buddies is a sergeant in a local police department. And so he has been begging me to join the force because they actually have the police force here will actually pay me language pay for like speaking Spanish and because I was a Persian and Spanish linguist in the Navy.
Nice.
So
how big of a town is it? What's the population like?
The one I'm looking to get the join the force in is what, like 120,000.
That's a pretty good sized city. That must be a pretty good sized department too.
It's not bad, but they're just having a hard time getting people because everyone either, like I did, you know, didn't pass the road machine test, or they failed their background checks. And apparently there's a lot of background check failures. And so obviously I don't think my background's going to be an issue, but I just got to get better at being older and doing the road machine.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm currently on a hiatus. I'll be back to work in a couple of weeks, but I'm ready to pull the plug.
Oh, nice. Retire again, huh?
Yep. Yeah. I retired from the Army in 2011, dicked around for a couple of years, then got on my hometown department. We're a real small department. And my dad's a retired lieutenant. And I've had a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Have you ever ran into these like soft sets and frauditors?
Only once. I had I backed up a trooper out on the highway for a sovereign citizen, and it was funny. He had his 9 or 10-year-old kid with him.
Yep.
And he had one of those license plates you buy online, and of course he's getting locked up. And so I'm standing on the passenger side. I'm talking to the kid, and the kid's like, "Oh, my dad's getting locked up again, isn't he?" I said, "Yeah, it kind of looks that way." He says, "Well, here's my grandmother's phone number. She'll come get me." So
God.
I took custody of the kid and took him back to our place, and his grandmother came and picked him up.
That's sad when the kid knows exactly what to do.
Yep.
Yep.
And we had one auditor, and it wasn't a bad experience. I mean, he just wandered out into our back lot, and we've got signs everywhere that, you know, no trespassing, authorized personnel only, blah, blah, blah. And I saw him over in between two of the cars, and I was talking to him. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing, dude?" "Well, I'm just videotaping, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Well, you really can't be back here. Did you not see the signs?" And he was like, "No." I said, "Well, they're all over the place." He's like, "Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, okay." And he says, "All right, I'm out of here." And I said, "All right, have a great day." And that was the extent of it.
That's nice. Yeah, they see some dumb stuff. Like they'll go into like a police parking lot, right? Like, you know, the back parking lot, and the sign says authorized vehicles only, right? And they'll go back there, and the cops will come out and say, "Didn't you see the signs as authorized vehicles only?" And they'll look and go, "Well, I'm not a vehicle." Well, okay. Let me draw this in crayon for you. Who drives authorized vehicles? And those are the ones that piss me off. I don't mind cop watchers. Like I'm on for. Like I was on Tash channel where I was, chit chatting with a couple of the auditors over there, and those guys weren't too bad, but they're not the ones that you see on YouTube that are getting hammed up and arrested all the time and things like that. The agitators.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of differences between all of them, to be truthful. If they feel that strong about it and they feel like their rights are being violated, by all means, do what you got to do. But don't be doing it just to invoke some type of because there were a couple of guys. I was in his chat the other day, and of course it came out that I was a cop, and I said, "Yep, I am. I'm not going to deny it." And that's not part of my YouTube persona. I'm a retired master sergeant, and I do stolen valor stuff. But we get into a conversation, and there were a couple of guys that were trying to bait me into the First Amendment debate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just ignored them. And the thing is, how many times I've had to look into something that had something to do with somebody's First Amendment right being violated? That would be never. So I don't get it. But hey, if they feel that strongly about it, go for it.
Well, a lot of times they just remind me, I guess the ones that truly believe what they're doing, they remind me a lot of flat earthers. And what I mean by that is that they have enough Dunning-Kruger that they misunderstand how much they don't understand, and they think that they have it because someone told them this little piece, and they're like, "Oh man, it makes sense." Or like when they do like the post office, and they're like, "Well, Poster 7 is only for the people that work here." Well, if it's only for the people that work there, it would be in the break room, not out in the public where the public can see it. Like there's just like a lot of common sense stuff that goes right out the window with these guys. And a lot of them are just doing it because they want the agitation, the irritation, the interaction for the money to get off YouTube and stuff like that. Because more people that don't like cops are going to watch them when they get hemmed up, right? And so that's why they do it. But some of the others, I think that there are some, I haven't ran into a lot of that are like true believers. But those guys, I think, just really don't understand. Someone else has told them that, yes, you understand this better than the general populace. And they're already kind of like, antagonistic against cops because of something that happened to them. I can't find a First Amendment auditor out there that doesn't have some kind of record or some kind of beef with the law enforcement so far.
Well, I think a lot of it's got to do with society today as a whole and people not taking responsibility for their own actions.
Agreed.
I think that has a lot to do with it. And then when they do get hemmed up or jammed up, it's not their fault. So, yeah, and Jay said something in the chat too about just ignore them, and that's pretty much what we do. We don't have that many. We've got some homeless that have decided that my town is a nice little town. And we got this one big black guy, and I'm like, oh man, I hope we don't have to go hands on with this guy and he was nasty to us. And we were talking to him. Our community center called because he had been down in the bathroom for like 30 minutes. And there was this little girl that works there, and she's like, I can't go in there. I just want to make sure he's okay. So we go in to check on him, and my chief is there, myself, and he just went off on us. And he looks right at my chief and he says, "What, am I not fucking white enough?" And my chief's black. My chief's a big black dude. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, dude, we don't have any reason to ID this guy. We don't. So it's like, we were just checking on you to make sure you're okay. Well, do I fucking look okay? Well, actually, you look kind of disheveled. But yeah, he was trying to provoke us into some type of reaction, and we weren't having it. Have a nice day. And yeah, so.
That's probably one of the best videos I've ever seen when it comes to like there's the mixture of like the soft sit First Amendment auditor combo. There was a guy who was a flat earther and a sovereign citizen, and he was at a post office trying to send something via God, what was it called? Like the General Post Office, which is something that was disbanded in like the 70s. And as this woman was trying to explain to him, that doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't send this out. He's like, do you know that, water always finds its level? He just jumps right into the flat earther shtick. Of course, the cops pick him up and take him out, but it was so crazy. Some of this stuff is just nuts. But the soft sits you got to be careful with, because I'm sure you're well aware too, is that a lot of those guys are super dangerous, right? Yep. And they will not, like the ones that are like extreme sovereign citizens are not afraid to open up fire on cops.
Yep. That one instance that dude's 13-year-old son killed 2 officers. One of them was the police chief's son.
Yeah, and the police chief goes around the country educating, or at least he used to goes around the country educating all the other police departments on sovereign citizens, because his son was the one that was killed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like there's a lot of them in the Midwest and more in the South. I don't know if that's maybe just from my experience. The flat earth thing, I can't get over that. Right. And there's all those videos of like the flat earthers, like, they have different boards in the camera and then a guy in a boat,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, yeah, obviously we're going to see the light, just, so they go out, they're like, uh-oh, they like prove themselves wrong all the time.
Yep. It's actually the documentary that's really good. It's called Behind the Curve. I think it's still on Hulu, but it was basically a documentary on flat earth, and they had flat earthers in it, and then like physicists trying to, going back and forth. And one of the flat earthers actually disproves his own theory that the earth was flat, because he does that experiment where can you see the light based on how far out the guy is, and he can't see it. And it basically just proved that there was a curve. And he did that on the documentary.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so
I saw that one. That was great.
Silly. Yeah.
So let's see. Dr. Cock, I threw my email in the chat. I don't know if you caught it. It's when you said they kept bouncing. So I threw my email in there. And Wally's been on here since the start. He jumped out for a little bit and then he came back in.
Yeah.
What's going on with Kaiser?
Former sheriff in a county you don't even live in.
Oh, shut up.
The only Robert Boydston and Zerzuzzi. And I hope I didn't butcher that name. Thank you so much, Sweet Falcax. I'll listen to these.
The only thing that could get any better is if somebody gifted
so
memberships and I got one.
That I just named.
Welcome to the Roughneck.
Welcome to the Dick.
Awesome.
Audio.
Well, the funny thing about those gifted memberships, like say for example, you have a sock account that's sub to it, you don't have to be in the active chat to get a membership.
Was what they offered him. If he stopped.
Actually, you don't even have to be a subscriber or anything to get one.
And
it's so
did
funny.
What he had to do. But that was before he went and caught another arrest in the neighboring county. And that was, before they gave him a 6th continuance. So I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there, Dr. Cock.
And the judge.
Because it's a regular Gmail account. It should work. MSG retired 11 at gmail.com.
And here's a tip for anybody that has got legal issues. And you don't even have to be an attorney. You don't need to be Perry Mason or Andy Griffith to know this shit. If you want to go pull papers that's going to help your case and you want to go pull records.
So, shit, we'll be going a couple hours. He looks like he's
either another continuance.
It's a long one for him.
Well, when was the tape? When was this video made? Oh, it was done yesterday.
He's back on
of me requesting these records
for public safety.
It
sounds
the
like
judge and see if he'll give me an extension.
Yeah, low hanging fruit.
Well, okay. 2 questions. You knew you had it coming up because you'd already had 5 freaking extensions at this point. So you knew you had it coming up. All right. And second,
well, somebody
wait till
just
the day
asked about a
before?
probation violation. Well, Kaiser should
And
be
what does
pretty
it
well
matter?
versed in
Oh,
that
well,
kind of
see,
stuff.
Judge, here's my video, and I recorded myself trying to get this paperwork. Well, when was the tape? When was this video made? Oh, it was done yesterday. I don't get that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
No, evidently you don't listen to
And
yourself.
the reason that I say that I don't
All
think
right.
he meant to get arrested that day is because I don't think he's that smart.
Well, Kelly, I think he's trying to get all the money he can so he could buy
I mean,
subscribers
yeah, I
because
think he's pretty much the Indiana chili.
his subscriber
But I
thing
really don't think
has
he's
been
that damn
going up
smart.
and down and up and
Truly,
down. And when
truly
you
don't.
see like plus 10, plus 20, it's because he's buying them. That's just a trend I'm seeing,
Sorry,
especially with the views, because all of a sudden his views went from like
Exactly.
5,000 or
I mean,
6,000 a day
Scott
to like
McRae, to be
15 or
completely honest with you,
16,000 a day.
Mm.
And that just doesn't
the
happen
fact
overnight.
that he is with his IQ
So,
and
and
common
there's a
sense,
bunch
or
of
lack
different
thereof.
things you can do out there to
It's
purchase
the 27th.
views and purchase
Well, he's
subscribers.
got one on the 27th and one on the 29th.
Marlon mentioned it the other
But
night, and he
with
said
his
it's really
IQ
expensive to do stuff like that.
and his lack of
So I
common
would
sense,
think that pretty much whatever
find
he's
it
getting from
truly
YouTube is
amazing
being self-absorbed right back into his
that
subscriber and
he's
view counts.
actually survived into his mid 40s.
I mean, it's just
He's
crazy.
like
You know, you
45,
can't. There's no way
46
he has an actual job because of the fact of how much he
No,
uploads.
he doesn't have a job.
Well, he lost like
Precisely,
90
Gino
subs
Mino,
in
and
2
the reason
days,
is
and then all
because
of a sudden it stopped, and then
he's
there was
already
like
pled guilty or been judged
20 or
guilty.
30
He was given a
came
sentence.
back.
He didn't
which-
complete the
Or
sentence.
instead of buying them, he can create all his own stock accounts he wants.
That's
right?
all the judge
Yeah.
in his revocation
And just
hearing
like
is
himself
allowed to
and be
consider
his own moderator. You
whether
know,
his actions, in this case, absconding the jurisdiction.
Well,
and
they keep
violating
everything
his
on
probation
subscriber
by
mode
not
over there, so
completing it,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's a
that's
lot more
all the
fun when it
judge is
isn't,
charged
because then
with.
everybody can go in there and
Is
snipe bomb him with questions.
did he violate probation? That's it. It's not about.
Yeah,
it's
I've
not-
only now just seen
it's
one
not that
comment
much.
about me, which is
All right.
smart,
There is
probably.
not a
But
case that is just.
Oh,
gonna
thanks,
roll in
Biff.
the day
I
of the
didn't know
hearing and
that.
be like, oh well, I have this case law. he
Oh,
can't
that's
be-
true.
he
That is
has to
true.
be
Yeah.
arrested.
I
All
forgot
right,
about
it's not
that.
gonna happen. All right.
Yeah, I don't
State's
know a
gotta
whole lot
cover
about
us.
the analytics and how all that stuff
Now, what the judge does with it,
comes out.
you know,
I mean,
is
they
gonna be something completely
when you
different.
start your channel, there's a whole bunch
Hey,
of
good
stuff you
night,
can
folks,
read and
man.
learn
Thanks for
about,
being
and I
here.
never learned
I
any
hope
of
you
it.
feel better, buddy.
Sweet
But
Falkex
that's
loves Melissa
that's
D's
just it.
pussy.
Is the judge?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
all he's
That's
charged with.
hilarious.
All the judge is in charge of is determining
Yeah,
through reports and
comments are
testimony
hidden. Yep, I get
whether
you there, Melissa.
dipshit violated probation.
The fluctuation
Oh
is
God,
weird.
yeah.
Like I
that's
said, I was
of course.
looking at it, and it was
I did
just
too, AZG.
didn't make
I
any
mean,
sense.
when I was making that video,
I
making
just
fun
don't
of
see
him on the
somebody
couch
gaining 10,000 views.
and his drunk
in a
ass.
day.
I got to tell you,
Mhm.
it took me about 4 different tries to get past that line without laughing while I was trying.
Yeah.
to
Normally you'll
cover it.
see like a gradual, like it makes
I
sense.
mean,
It's a gradual thing
you know, I didn't
based on
know
how
that
much
there
you
was a
are
DA for the
posting. Puts
FBI.
you in the algorithm,
Who
which
knew?
means
And
more
if
people will
they're
likely see you if they
number
touch something that is next to
registered
your topic,
snitch
right?
and collaborator,
But a
if
great jump like that
if
is no, it
you
makes
know
no sense
he's
unless
saying
something
that they've
crazy
got
happened,
that
like you were to
the
interview
district
some
attorney
celebrity.
works for the
right?
FBI, then you know you gotta. We better believe him.
I'd love to know what he got for views on the pity party video.
Right, Fraudulent or Watch. Maybe we should call Mark Harmon for him.
That's a good question. Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, I saw a commercial earlier today that apparently they're doing another NCIS spinoff. This one in Sydney, Australia.
And the one
I
thing
mean,
that
that's
we wouldn't
what-
be able to know is how many of them
that's
were
what
hate watch and
I-
how many of them were support watch.
Dude, Mark
Yep.
Harmon must be
Yeah,
getting
100%.
paid. Good for him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what he thinks is going to happen in 2 weeks from today. But, you know,
1.5 thousand views.
So 1,500 views.
Yeah.
In what, like 24 hours? Or when
24 hours, 1 day ago. Yeah.
I don't know, Gustav. Welcome back, Gustav. I'm sorry I didn't see you in here till just then.
And I bet you the
Hope you had a good
percentages
Monday, man. But
probably
Silverwitch, how are you doing?
60-40 hate, or
And if I've missed anybody,
60% hate or
I do
40%
apologize. Y'all know how I get when I
supporter.
go on a rant. Hey, give me a one in the
Got you
chat
there,
if you ever in the 90s
Doctor.
watched Dennis Miller live on Fridays.
Let me see if I got it.
Does anybody else remember Dennis Miller live on Fridays? Give me a one.
Yeah, I got it. A couple times. I haven't looked at my email. Sorry, guys. I haven't looked at my email.
Right. I mean, granted, that was probably the most relevant thing David Caruso had done since Rambo. No, did you, Scott McCrae?
Yeah, he's dragging on.
But
yeah, he is.
Oh, there's a good close up.
Yeah. Well, I'm
trying to get a good look into his eyes, but
I was 12, 13 years, 14 years old when I watched it. I thought he was funny as shit then. But it got me thinking. I'm thinking about adding a
kind of like you get a second win, like the perks are wearing off a little bit.
Dumbass, great screenshots of frauditors like Tiff and
you know, he got that initial nod reaction, and now he's kind of second winding.
It's just swallowed too much of Stone Veggie's jungle juice.
Yeah, right.
Some of us are a little older. Okay, good point.
Oh God.
Yeah,
now
they're talking about me. Yeah.
But here's my thing. What do y'all think if we start
Oh,
doing
Kimmy
like
Wrangler's talking about you. I think she wants you, dude.
Yeah,
and
probably.
we just start throwing up random great screenshots of frauditors doing dumb shit. We come up with our own roast for 'em.
So is that why Wrangler's left side of his face is all swollen? He's drank too much of your titty sweat? See if she could say something about me over there. You know they're watching.
Yeah, of course.
That was a good catch.
It is pretty
Well, my
hilarious.
birthday's all
Oh
over
man, if YouTube didn't have the restrictions on it that it does, Kelly W, Gross ain't even going to start with it.
Hadn't let my social out yet, to be honest with you.
You let the vet out, it's going to be.
Popeye, that's good.
Y'all probably start throwing up.
Diver Dan, yeah, that was pretty great when you went in there.
See, that's not that's definitely not a chick talking. You know what I mean?
And I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll see you back here.
But I am going to wrap this up because I am beat. I'm still not feeling good. I felt like crap last night.
Marcus, how about something like this?
Did the old NyQuil
really
nap, and I'm going to do it again tonight. But guys, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me up.
Where they just have these
yeah, I appreciate a text. Hey, shoot me my emails available on my about on the channel. Okay. Shoot me an email so I get your contact info.
Okay, I can do that.
If I could be of any help with any questions you may have about getting into it down there, I don't know a lot. I believe they're post. It's a post state, I believe. But
ideas, and I love it.
You know, any little tips or hints I can give you, I'll be more than happy to help out.
Night, Dixie,
Wally, as always, my brother, great to have you on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
It's always fun to do a little.
Did you just send it, Irish?
It's always fun to do a little sniping at night.
Yes, sir.
And with that, hey, everybody in the chat, I love you guys. You're amazing. We snipe bombed his ass, and we're definitely in his head, and we're living rent free. There's no doubt about it. But
yeah, Marcus,
we got plenty of great
email me.
Intel MI guys here. So yeah, we'll just keep the heat on. One of these days he's going to have to come out and just tell the truth. It's going to have to happen. But with that, I'm just going to say have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch you next time around.
Later, man. Peace.